The next one is Accursed. The
Kablamo!
Warlock can play this card
Forest.
when a friendly faction model with a corpse token is damaged by an enemy attack while in the Warlock's control range. While in the Warlock's control range, enemy models lose incorporeal, tough, and undead, and cannot have damage removed from them. Additionally, enemy non-war beast models lose construct. This would be amazing into Circle.
Convergence, cricks,
Trolls.
If you want to get rid of tough, if you want to get rid of undead, if you want to get rid of construct. Convergence, if you want to get
Convergence and cricks will be super sad there.
If you killed a heavy while that was up, you could get a corpse from it.
Yes.
Good old meaty nomad.
So this is my first time playing into Grimkin. So we've got a couple minutes. So let's. So my first time playing into Grimkin. The one piece of information that I've been given to help me out is that I'm supposed to try to make you launch these.
Here's the big thing. I can only pull one per turn.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do is make it yummy enough for me that I really want to blow the wrong one on a turn.
And since I'm really good at making things blow their load,
there we go. I was waiting for that.
And that's how we killed Jason.
You got the bear in your nose.
All right. So we may as well hit that button.
Let's hit that button.
Presenting live from the Torrid Casino in the sunny Shard Isles, Deathclock Fight Night! All the excitement of a live tournament stream without the distraction of clean play, well-rounded lists, strategy, or an in-depth knowledge of the rules. Let's get ready to rumble!
There we go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Deathclock Deathmatch. Poor Jason is dying, choking because we made him laugh
beer up my nose.
3
God
seconds
damn
ago.
it.
You're going to have to stick with us tonight. We apologize for those people that are listening to this as a podcast.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Because it might be the worst podcast.
We will do our best
to
describe what's going on.
Okay, it's a 4-man podcast with really good miking. We're better than half of the podcasts out there already.
Not to toot our own horns.
We could just talk about Valerian for like an hour.
I haven't seen it yet.
We're not recording.
I haven't either, but we can tell everybody how much we hate it.
We're not recording in a loud game store. We're not all gathered around one mic. None of us forgot to turn on our mics for like 20 episodes. We're doing good.
All right. So
was that a shot at Arcane Assist?
No.
I like Arcane Assist.
Yes,
I was
Their
actually,
podcast was
mine was
really
a shot
good.
at Crippled Systems, but
I
love those guys.
Let's name names.
So the way that this is going to work is that George and I are going to do a death match. So whoever wins this one, which will most likely be George, hopefully will be George.
Everybody seems to be thinking that I am really advantaged in this fight, and I don't feel like it.
Well, which is funny because I threw the list up first because I needed to practice this list, and I'm trying to live by the powers of Banky, and play lists into tough matches. And I think probably the best way to learn what Grimkin can do is be horribly, horribly bootstrapped and just have a giant Grimkin boot shoved up.
That really is the best way to learn the game, is to get stomped over and over.
Yep.
Until
you build up that muscle memory.
As long as you get like at least 2 rounds in a game. I mean, if you get stomped like top of 2, you're probably not learning a whole lot because you didn't get a chance to fucking do anything.
You re-rack, do it again.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you can't do that in a tournament. You just get trampled to and killed.
Well, that's why you don't learn. You learn before the tournament.
That's the hope.
Well, that's the hope. So I threw my list up first, knowing that I'd have to face one of George's lists. George, you've been playing this child list pretty much nonstop.
Yeah, I outside of 2 Heretic games since release, I think I played one when I got the army box assembled with the Heretic because that's what I had, and then I played one. I played one on Monday because it was a new player, and I felt like if I was running the child into him, it wouldn't be fair because it's the first time he's been back in 6 months.
Right.
But other than
but
that,
then you won anyway, so it didn't matter.
But it was a really close game. I had 3 models left on the board, and we both had like 4 minutes on the clock, and it was like 6 to 8 on scenario points at the end. So
So we're going to do at least 2 more of these because I'm in Belize next week. So Jason and George, or Jason, Mike, somebody,
Maybe Aubin.
Aubin. There'll be another death match coming up. And these death
George
matches,
is getting too many games. Let's shut him down.
Yeah, we need to throw him back. So part of the thing that's also happening is we are coming up on our 100th episode on Moose Machine, which is crazy.
How scary is that shit?
And
That's terrible.
Part of that is that our guests that we have on the show regularly, they're starting to burn out.
Yeah, they're tired of talking to us, honestly.
And we're not running out of topics.
I'm tired of talking to us too.
There's plenty of topics we can banter on for hours, but part of that also is we're going to try to add a little bit more variety to the channel. So one of the varieties is we're going to start doing death matches more often.
Yep.
There has been a request for more live streaming games.
Yeah, people like live streams.
I don't think they wanted us horrible people.
Yeah, I
doing
think they
live
wanted
streams.
good.
There
live
are
streams.
people who do it better.
Yes,
But we're doing
it anyway, so fuck you.
And you can't
So-
fast forward through it.
I'm noticing you guys do not have your armies unpacked yet. So
No,
that's
why?
because we don't know what side we're going to.
We
be
don't
on.
know what side we're going to
Okay.
be. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss terrain because that is the first thing that you do, and then we're
Yep.
going to roll off.
I'll use the handy telestrator here to go ahead and help the audience.
So go ahead and show them the water.
Okay, the
You
water.
find the water.
The water is here.
So we have water and
and
water.
here.
Wall.
For those listening, we have water at the top of the table and the bottom of the table on one side.
So if you're translating this, one of the players has 2 pieces of water near them.
Yeah.
So we also have on
Trench.
the same side a trench.
A trench right here
Near the middle of the table is a forest.
for line of sight blocking terrain as per 2017 Steamroller rules.
Per Will's request.
That it wasn't a fucking house
Just not
again.
another fucking house.
In one zone we have a wall,
Which is kind of hard to see,
Well, hard to see.
but the bottom of the table in the kind of in the middle of the circular zone. Why don't you tell us what scenario you're playing as well?
Well, let's finish off the terrain.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah.
another forest. We have another house that has the clock on top of it.
Yeah,
This one.
Rubble,
Up here.
rubble,
and then line of sight block.
line of sight blocking terrain, which is this well,
As-
and another forest.
As per Banky, how tall are these objects?
Should we go by the actual
Yeah, if you've got one of those in
tallness of? I do.
Jesus Christ.
We can go by.
It's the height that doesn't block line of sight.
well, it doesn't block line of sight to what? He's running a tiny little
Anything.
caster.
So I would say that it cannot block line of sight for a huge model,
But anything smaller
but
than
anything
that
smaller
the
than a
house.
huge model.
Yeah.
what about the little guy?
Universal.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Let's do that one that large models can see over it.
Okay, so medium or small can hide behind it, and large models can see through it.
So it's not infinitely tall.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so that's the first thing we do. I'm going to recommend to anybody that's listening to the podcast right now, because I know some of you may have downloaded it. If you get a chance, it's probably going to be a lot more fun for you to watch it, because we really can't stop and describe every moment for you, because we are going to play on clock.
Yes.
As Deathclock.
Now, hopefully,
should
the
be.
2 commentators over there can do the describing for us.
We'll do a little.
So, scenario 4, I believe, is what we're playing.
The barbell.
Yeah. It has a rectangular zone in the center of the board with its long direction parallel to play. It can only be scored by a caster or a warjack or battle engine. That includes colossals. We have 2 circular zones. They can be scored by a warcaster or a unit.
Or a solo? Question
Nope.
mark?
No,
Solos
solos
cannot.
can only score on flags.
Yes. So flags are
And there are no flags.
solos and warcasters. So we've described the terrain. We've described the scenario. It's time for rolling off.
Rolling off.
Roll off.
I've rolled a 4 and you've rolled a 2.
Yes. So you get your choice. Do you want to go first, or do you want to select your table side?
So one of the things that's interesting about this, for me, this particular setup of terrain is really balanced. For you, it might be different. So I'm going to take a second to think about what what you've got. You've got 2 units, correct?
No, I have 5 heavies.
Uh-huh.
I have 3 lights.
Uh-huh.
Or, sorry, 3 lessers, the little tiny ones. And I have 1 6-man unit and 4 solos which are the incorporeal ones.
And the incorporeal ones can move through everything, but do you have ways to give out Pathfinder to your heavies?
Absolutely. They 3 of my heavies have Lurker, which gives them Pathfinder and Bushwhack. So my caster and those 3 heavies can benefit from that because it is a self spell.
So basically, when I'm looking at this with Galleon as I've got Galleon and 3 nomads. The nomads are going to be hindered by all terrain because they're nomads. But Galleon
loves the water, doesn't he?
Well, it doesn't matter. He's a colossal. He
true.
gets to just ignore all that shit.
But he is amphibious, I believe.
I don't think it matters anymore because there's no water big enough for him to stand in.
That's true.
Unless you're playing with Minty.
The only thing that would matter is the wall in the house, and they're both centered. So again, this entire thing, it's kind of balanced for me, except there's some rubble here to stand in, which I don't even know if it's out. It's kind of out.
Oh, one quick question, guys. Is this a kill box scenario?
All the scenarios in 2017 have kill box.
Yeah.
Welcome to
And
2017.
it is only 12 inches from your deployment edge, not from any other edge.
Besides, awesome.
So I'm actually having kind of a hard choice here because it's one of those there's nothing that's really going to hinder you. There's nothing that's going to really hinder me. Do I want rubble or do I want a trench? It's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Other than that, there's nothing vastly important. So I am going to go first.
Okay.
Which forces you to choose.
Just want to note that we just put up the 2 lists in the chat. So if you want to check those out, it'll give you a good idea of what the guys are running tonight.
I'm going to select this side, and it's for a very simple reason. We have earlier selected that the piece of terrain in front of you can only hide small and medium base, and I have a large base caster.
Right.
So that is completely useless to me if I need to put my caster
Hide your
somewhere
caster,
to hide.
yep.
The trench, on the other hand, gives me the same bonus, plus a little AoE help, and I can get my caster in it.
And so you're actually giving me a bit of an advantage because Magnus can hide behind
Yes.
there.
Well, no, I have equaled it out, right?
Right, yeah.
If we do it the other way around, you get the advantage and I don't.
Yep.
If we do it this way, at least we both have the advantage.
Okay, so anybody that's not familiar with the 2017 rules, let's quickly discuss what Rubble can do.
Rubble is a terrain that is sort of like, well,
It's rough. It's rough terrain.
Rough terrain.
So you need Pathfinder to move through it cleanly, or you have to do double
yeah,
your movement
but
to get
it
through it.
also provides cover.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's got its goodness and its badness because you got to get into it.
Well, it's
and
like,
then it's sometimes really hard to
it's
get
like
out of.
rubble that you actually want on the table for some reason.
So I'm going to give you back your iPad.
Okay.
We're going to
so-
let the commentators talk while we unbox.
Well, there's one other thing that I should bring
Finally.
up
That was
because I'm playing Grimkin and it's after list selection.
Yep.
I have my 3 Arcana.
Yep.
Let's go over that.
I'm playing the Child, so I have Wrath, and the chat has picked for me. Well, Baron has picked for me Desolation and Accursed. So
No.
Desolation, it triggers on something coming into my control area, which is 14 inches, normally 16 with my Wrath Trump procced. And Desolation will allow me to create a 4-inch AoE that is a piece of terrain. And Accursed stops... here we go. Incorporeal, tough, undead, cannot be healed, and removes construct.
That sounds pretty legit.
They're not the ones I would have picked.
Well-
Or I think I might have picked Desolation, but I probably would have taken Sacrifice.
So if a Warjack loses construct, becomes a living thing, do they just rile and scream in agony?
Because suddenly they
'Cause they
have
have
this
nerves ending.
giant fire inside them that is burning them from the inside out.
That's how I feel
Yes,
every day.
that is true. Yeah, that's what happens. They
So
automatically
they
just
must immediately
they
move
collapse
towards
upon
the
themselves.
closest water. No.
yeah, they must
Yeah.
move towards the closest
and then
one.
they get
They
concealment.
run screaming towards the closest water.
Yeah.
Okay, while George unpacks, I'll go through what I have in my list. This list is one that I've been working on mainly to handle heavy spam. So by all logic, this should actually be okay into George's heavy spam that he's about to throw at me. But because it's Grimkin, I don't really know what Grimkin does, so I don't really feel confident this particular juncture. I have 3 Nomads, a Galleon, with Magnus 2. That's his battle group. Oh, and the Renegade. Sorry, a Renegade, which is also an arc node, which is kind of handy. Let me get my.
Yeah, that's super handy because without an arc node, you'd have a hard time getting Calamity out.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a big thing.
Calamity's going to be a big thing in this matchup, I think.
That's
Not
like-
just Calamity, also
Convection.
Convection, which is
Yep.
probably my only way to get rid of Gremlin swarms.
Yeah.
So there is. I do have Kel Baylock to help get rid of Gremlin swarms because he's got a magic weapon. But the problem with that is he needs to be within 5 inches, and if I'm 5 inches to a Gremlin swarm with Kel Baylock, it's pretty much game over for him as far as I'm concerned. And then I have a full unit of trenchers with the UA. This is in theme, so that means that they get their special. If they get knocked down, they can no longer be targeted by range attacks. Although I don't think you have a lot of range attacks, do you, George?
I
they-
have
they get-
exactly none.
They get feign death in the theme.
Yeah, they get feign death.
And that's not spells, that's just range
It's just a
attacks.
power. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty awesome.
Oh, sorry, I meant you can't be targeted by spells. And range attacks or just range attacks?
If they're knocked down.
Let's look.
Clarify,
Yeah.
I think
because I don't know.
I know ranged attacks, but I'm not sure on the spells.
feign death cannot be targeted by ranged or magic attacks.
Ooh, that's pretty legit.
That
pretty
might
helpful.
actually help me, but
Yep.
probably not because he'll probably just magic me first.
I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of magic coming from the child.
He does have Force Hammer, which is a pretty
He does have
sweet
Force Hammer, which
spell.
is situationally really great.
situationally all the time.
Yeah.
Is great.
Yeah. You want to fight?
I'll hammer you. I'm going to show you a hammer.
So I think Calamity is going to be a big spell here because not only do those Skin and Moans go up to arm 20 or so, they're also Def 13 base, which is a pretty high defense stat for a heavy, really.
The only problem with Magnus 2 and throwing out Calamity regularly is he is a Focus 6 caster.
Yeah.
And with this heavy a battle group, he
needs
is a
to-
little focus strapped. I'm not saying it's not going to happen,
Right.
but by the same token, it's not straight up like
Yeah, you're not going to be
do
able
that.
to stack multiple Calamities and multiple Jacks
No.
going
Yeah.
at the same time.
Exactly.
Does Mercs have? I don't really know Mercs that well, so I'm wondering do they have anything that has Spell Slave or an extra way to throw out spells?
You can. The only thing that really helps. There's probably more.
Right.
But Silas Wishnalar helps you conserve your focus.
Okay.
So because he can do an upkeep for you, which is great. And he's a pretty good model on his own, to be
Yeah.
honest. He's got good survivability, etc. But Mercs doesn't have quite the toolbox, especially in themes right now until our new theme comes out. When our new thing comes out, they've got an
It
amazing
allows you to take
toolbox.
pretty much everything.
And I kind of wanted to be in theme for the Feign Death on this one, and the free the free solos. So.
Did you consider making a list for the new theme?
Oh
or
yeah.
were you just kind of like
No.
is
So for the new theme, I'm excited to see Shay back on the table because
Yes.
the freebooters. So normally, as our audience knows, I
Yep.
play Shay with all the freebooters on him.
Yep.
But with the new theme, you can Jack Marshal most of your freebooters, which leaves Shay just sitting on a ton of focus and on a 6 focus. But
Yeah.
it really makes that list sing because suddenly the freebooters are just that much better, and you don't have to hand out as much focus.
How many jacks can one Jack Marshal control?
Just one.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay.
But you don't really need much more than that. So you're basically
Right.
taking all the Jack Marshals,
Yeah.
and each one of those Jack Marshals is taking a freebooter.
Nice.
And the cool part about it is his feat and his spell are not battle group only.
Ah.
They are literally
They're-
all
are they-
privateer jacks.
Ooh.
So kind of super awesome.
Yeah, that's
Is
it Privateer Jack's in his control range?
Yeah,
Or
I believe
just-
so. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You still have to keep everything pretty tight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the other cool thing I'd really like to play with is I'd like to see what that does to my Bart lists now. because basically it's 25 points of jacks or warrior units,
Yeah.
which means that suddenly my Bart list gets some free crap for no reason other than
That's good. Because, I mean, if it's a list you already enjoy or take anyway,
yeah.
getting free models.
Well, you get an 80. You get an advanced move on one of your large jacks, which that's my Mariner. That gets
That's
to
pretty
move
good.
forward.
Oh, yeah.
You get a free model, a free solo, and there's something else in there too. But anyway, yeah, there just basically be some free. It's just basically making my Bart list better, which it didn't really need that much pumping up.
110%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So George, you have your models out. How about you go over your list and what you've got here?
Sure. I'm playing the Child, a Grimkin Warlock. The Child's battle group contains 3 Krabbits. They're the shield guarding lights. They also have Leap, which can be situationally amazing because they can do things like move 5 inches forward when you've been told you can't go forward on your board edge.
Right. Because it's not an advance.
Because it's not an advance, it's a place.
Right.
So what I can do is I can move 0 inches, spend 1 focus, and jump into a zone to contest it on his feet turn or something like that. I have 2 Skin and Moans. They are amazing against spells. So they start with a Fury.
You have 3 or 2?
I have 3 Skin and Moans, 2 Cage Raiders, sorry.
Right.
So I have 2 Cage Raiders, which are amazing beasties because they, with 1 corpse on them, they can nullify a spell that's been cast within, I believe it's 3 inches of them.
Correct.
So you just spend the corpse, kill a spell that's going to hit something within 3 inches.
That's pretty
so
good.
something like a Calamity coming in on a Skin and Moans, I can just make it go away.
Now, does that spell stay spent?
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh.
like all of them. If you
So,
spend,
a good thing to remember is if there's a Cage Rager within 3 inches and he's got a corpse token, you probably don't want to waste any focus throwing out a
things.
spell there.
Also, with a corpse token on the Cage Raider, he becomes an arc node. So I can trample or run him into interesting places so that I can force hammer stuff down.
So, just curiosity's sakes, how many corpse tokens do you usually keep on a Cage Rager, George?
1
Okay.
at a time, usually.
Yep.
Because I have 2 Cage Raiders.
Yep.
And they're usually both close enough to anything I really want to protect.
Right.
That I usually have 2 nullifies of spells because almost nobody can cast the big spell that they really want to
Twice.
cast more than twice.
Yeah.
Some people, like, I've got 8 focus, I can
Yeah.
do my big 4 focus thing twice.
Yeah.
But that dumps them down to nothing,
Yeah.
and I can kill both of them. And with the ability of the Dreadrots to pass off corpses and the Death Knell to pass off corpses, getting another corpse onto those guys is usually not a problem, especially if there's some infantry on the board because they can just run over and smash things themselves and get their own corpses. Along with that, I've got 3 Skin and Moans. Skin and Moans are kind of ridiculous. The math says 1 Skin and Moans properly conditioned kills his Galleon. I have
note of-
personally killed 2 Kadoran Heavies with 1 Skin and Moans. They, with 3 corpses on them, they go to POW 19. Lady Katarina Rose, I believe.
Yeah, could
is
you
her
go
name.
over her briefly to...
Yeah, Katarina
us?
Rose breaks War Room, which I think is amazing. She has ancillary attack because everybody loves having a War Beast hit one more time. She has Enrage, +2 strength, is great on those Skin and Moans who go from 19 to 21. And she has Shepherd's Call. She can remove a Fury from each friendly living War Beast currently within 3 inches of her.
Nice.
Now, here's the downside for anybody who thinks, yeah, but I'm just going to shoot that off the table. If this model is destroyed by an enemy attack during your next turn, friendly faction models get +1 to attack and damage. So you kill it, all of my guys, all of the Skin and Moans are, say, Mat 8, which can be just devastating.
That's in her command or everywhere?
Every model in my army gets +1 to hit and damage because they're all pissed that you killed their friend.
Nice.
She's basically the only human in this entire army of Grimkin. So don't kill her, or else bad things happen. So she's the one who can pump up the skin and moans. Because they're running with the child, they have field marshal pain response. So when they've been hurt, they can charge or make power attacks for free. That includes tramples for free. And one of the child's spells is, of course, abuse, which does damage to give an extra +2 speed and strength. So the classic thing you do is you take a skin and moans, you abuse it for +2 speed and strength. It now gets free charges, and then Katarina Rose gives it another +2 strength. So you have a POW 23 skin and moans, and if you're lucky enough that it's the child's feet turn, it charges for free and then can buy up to 5 attacks plus its 2 initials.
That's from the extra Fury.
Yeah.
Arcana.
So normally it only buys 4 attacks. So it can do an amazing amount of work. To augment these beasties, I've brought a death knell. The death knell collects corpses within 9 inches of it, 8 inches of it. And it can produce a field just like the troll stone, giving everything +2 strength. It starts off at 4 inches, and then it gets 1 inch for every corpse on it. It can take a maximum of 5 corpses, so that means it can go up to 9 inches. To provide some of aforementioned corpses, we have some dreadrots. They are basically there to generate corpses, whether they do that by killing enemy infantry or just being killed by enemy infantry. I don't really care. I get the corpses either way. And then we have, last but very much not least, a group of 4 gremlin swarms. Gremlin swarms are annoying as fuck because they have stealth and incorporeal.
Yeah.
So basically, there are some armies that literally cannot hurt them.
Yep.
I can hurt them, but not easily.
Yeah. You might have to sacrifice some things to do that.
Yeah.
And then they're still defense 13, so you put them behind a wall, and they go really high, and they're stealth, and they're incorporeal. Also, they're all kinds of fun if you manage to get them in base to base with a warjack. A set of 4 of them can remove the cortex of any jack, because each one does D3 + 3 damage. And
Well,
4 of them,
not necessarily a colossal, because you'd have to do.
yes, but any regular warjack,
Yeah, normal
non-colossal.
warjack.
You can just
So just 2 turns of doing that. Then
yeah, 2
Yeah.
turns of it, because you get to choose the location. We'll do in a colossal. And they also, if you are starting next to them, then I get to roll a die, and they make your warjack suckier in some way.
Right.
Whether it's slower, harder, less able to hit, less able to do damage. And after all of that, they have Mirage.
So why would normally Gremlin Swarm be able to get 2 rounds on a jack or on like a colossal? Because if you attack,
You are no
So
longer
it is.
incorporeal.
You're
So
no
there is
longer
no way
incorporeal.
for you to screw this up. They have no weapons.
oh, so you literally don't ever lose incorporeal.
You
What?
cannot mess it up.
That's a whole load of bullshit.
So they have Sabotage, which is a star action, which is the thing that does the damage.
That's
So you literally can't screw
that's
up an
a
attack with them.
whole load of bullshit right there.
Yeah, they just automatically do their shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the action doesn't remove their incorporeal. It's
Nope.
only if it's an attack.
only if it's an attack.
Interesting.
Yeah,
well,
All right, so
as I said,
ready to start this clock?
I think we're pretty damn skewed here, but
it's only like half past.
well,
We
the
should get
only
this game
advantage I have, the only advantage I have is I'm painted and you're not. So therefore, I'm up 4 scenario points.
As one of our favorite meta players says, so the win goes to best painted,
Yeah.
and whoever wins the game gets second place.
Yeah, totally. So done. I may as well go home.
Beware that blue tack, though. That means business.
So just a
blue
quick
tag.
question. What models are you getting for free in that theme there, George?
I get 4
All
gremlin swarms
the
for
gremlin
free.
4 Gremlin Swarms for
And
free?
I
Is it Crabbit, too?
want to say one of the crabbits. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
insane.
What are you getting for free?
One single dude. What's his name? Kel.
Gel.
That's it.
The
Gale,
guy
but
that
it's-
he brought
but
to
it's
kill
Kel
off.
Baylock.
Yeah, it's Kel
who's
Bailoff.
gonna die? Kel is probably gonna die like turn
No
2. Just
I
goodbye,
have nothing
Kel.
that can get to Kel.
He's gonna hold that whole flank.
Yeah,
right
except I can't. I gotta get within 5 inches to kill any of your gremlin swarms. So he's gonna be like, shit.
Other than maybe slamming a jack over Kel, I think he's fine.
We'll see. All right. Anyway, well, thanks for joining us, guys. It's time for me to cry like a 3-year-old girl because the child is about to kick me in the nuts.
All right, here we
Let's do
there.
this.
Ready?
go.
Okay. So I'm deploying. Ooh, that was close.
Careful
And
with
he
that
broke
galleon.
his colossal.
I'm deploying first, and the first thing I do is break my colossal.
So tonight we're gonna. Well, I'm
Yep.
not here that often. I'm Chris Aubin, also known just as Aubin mostly.
Yep.
Or Beard.
The Aubinator.
Beard Rat.
Beard rat.
But yeah, I'm here helping out, learning from Maelstrom here on how to
Learning.
how to talk into
You
a mic
poor
properly
bastard.
and not spit beer everywhere.
Too late. Sorry, touchscreen.
And then we also have Maelstrom.
Yeah, that's me. Ringo is here. I'm not playing tonight because
That's it for my normal deployment.
the last time I had to play George, I just got super mad and just was like, fuck this. I'm never playing George
You
again.
tilted.
Yeah, you could say that.
We need to talk about tilting.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Talk about tilting.
Don't
So
do it.
Don't do it. Sometimes it can't be helped.
That's true.
One of the things that pushes me into tilt or makes me a little extra, gives me some extra sodium, is
I got it.
misplacement or screwing up my own things. Typically, I don't really care about what other people are doing to my models.
Right.
It's when I screw up something. It's hard.
Who's mom?
Heard that. I have a hard time dealing with me screwing up my own activations. And since I've been recently throwing out a lot of infantry, which historically I've not played because I've been a Legion player for a long time, and
Right.
we all know Legion infantry is terrible.
Shepherds.
I have a hard time blocking in my own models, and when I bottom of 1 or top of 2 block in some key models that are probably going to completely affect the entire rest of the game.
That is a big tilt factor, I think,
Yep.
is when you kind of have a plan in your head and you maybe overcomplicate it,
Yep.
move your models, and realize you just messed it all up.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah,
Damn
it hurts.
I guarantee you're about to see that happen to me at least 3 times.
But I think when something like that happens, it's hard not to get tilted about it.
All right, I have deployed.
oh, George
Advanced
is
deploy for
clicking.
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
advanced
and
deploy.
Will's going to do his
Should
advanced
shut
deploy
up and
now.
watch the game here.
No, keep talking. It's much more interesting than what's going on.
When I get really mad during a game, I kind of turn around and have little Tourette's.
Yeah.
George,
And I'm like,
sorry, can I interrupt for 1 second,
Sure,
guys?
sure.
George, the sniper, is the guy that's crouching down.
Okay.
The officer is the guy with the gun in the air. And the leader is the guy that's pointing.
Okay.
Is the only different model. So
Good stuff to know.
go ahead, guys.
Are you using a dice tray?
No, because the camera would never pick it up.
Sure.
So I'm just going to roll in the middle of the board. Normally, I use a really awesome Tectonic Craft
Yeah, that's
Studios
plugged in.
dice tower.
Yeah, that's a really nice
It
dice
is
tower.
amazing. I love it.
Fantastic.
I usually cannot be trusted with my own dice, so we'll see how badly this goes for me.
Are you thinking about painting that at all, G, or are you just going to kind of leave it as is? It's got some
No,
nice details on it.
It does. I actually want to do 2 things to it. One, this plate in the back has a hollow area. I have an LED flickering candle that I want to stick in there so that
That's
you get
great.
the glow.
Nice.
Yep.
And then I was going to paint this as
I'm
if
finished
it's a
my
piece
advanced
of
deploy.
iron. I have no advanced deploy. Over back to you. Good.
Okay.
Start your game.
Woot woot.
Okay.
Good
I
luck,
have-
gentlemen.
I have no. Here's to
Shake-
a
shake-
game
shake-
where I
shake.
don't cry like a 5-year-old girl.
Will
I'm getting
seems
older.
like he Will seems to have some kind of premonition of tears and crying.
no, I have a premonition of going, what the fuck?
Well,
Fuck that! That's ridiculous!
Will, this is your first Grimkin game, right? So it's going to be
Yes.
pretty revealing to what
Absolutely.
they're capable of.
All right, I've already done my drop my focus down on my dudes. There's nothing else I need to do at this particular juncture. So I am just going to do as trenchers do.
Okay.
They're going to move their speed 6.
They're just going to dance.
Dance, dance, dance. So Will has quite a bit of range stuff in this list.
Well, I think he's got a pretty mixed bag here. Like, he's got the Galleon, which is ranged.
Yep.
The Renegade's got his awesome little one-shot knockdown gun.
Yep.
Trencher's got some rifles.
Yep.
But he also has a strong contingent of Nomads. So those
Yep.
3 heavies
They can do some
they're
damage.
pretty basic beat sticks, but
Yep.
they beat the stick.
They do beat the stick.
don't know
George,
what
on
that
the other hand, has a severe lack of ranged attacks.
Mm-hmm. But he might make up for it with speed
Yes.
and being able to make arc nodes out of those heavies.
Yes. Yeah. The child does have a spell or two, I'm sure, that can do some damage.
I'm just going to check my command range because I'd want to make sure that. Oh, look, the one stick I'm missing is the 8. Do you have your 8-inch stick on you, George?
See, that is
Thank you.
true.
True
camaraderie,
sportsmanship here.
Sharing sticks.
So
Yep.
If you don't have sticks longer than 10 inches at CCBB, we will have some custom
Ooh.
11 through 14 sticks.
There you
Okay,
go.
What about
these
a 15?
guys are all going to.
Do we not measure
smoke
15
and dig
inches
in.
anymore?
Does it go to 11?
Can they smoke and dig in? That's the question.
No, they're both.
So they can only smoke.
You can smoke or dig.
I'm also learning this list at the
So-
exact same time I'm about to get beat over the head with
Trenchers
There
have
is-
advanced and are
There
popping a
is
cloud wall.
one
Yeah,
way
income-
to smoke and dig in, and that's if you have, I think it's
The
Murdoch or somebody.
I thought the
retreat.
officer allows you to do into the breach, which allows you to do press forward action this, and then they smoke first and then charge.
Is
but
that a once per game ability?
Is it a mini
nope,
feed
it's
or-
a-
I think
it's
I think it's
yes, it's a once per game.
Murdoch or somebody. There's one of them that can yell, "Get
Thank
down."
you for that.
Like it's an ability
think
where
he-
he automatically digs in everybody
Thought
who
Murdoch
can
was
get
a-
the order.
Merc attachment.
No, it's a sig. I
Okay, this
believe it's a
guy's
signal.
We've got some nomads running as they do. I don't think Magnus has gone yet.
No,
Can
Magnus
Can you
is
give
not
us
coming
a
yet.
walkthrough of Magnus as you're doing him? Sorry about what you're going to be doing with him.
When
you
not
go for
too
it.
much. Magnus is going to try to get out a kill box this turn, get himself in behind the smoke cloud. He's going to cast one important spell, which is escort. No.
Conviction.
Escort.
No, not convection yet. He's gonna
Convection might-
I mean,
that'll
Little out of
come.
range.
You guys are all about this convection.
you get a free focus.
Get a
As
free
pla-
focus when
as
you kill
playing,
something.
As playing Syntherian has told me, convection not all that good. Now he does have an arc node to get convection out there.
Yes.
But realistically, I've played a caster with convection a lot, and
Situational.
Well,
situ-
the
situationally,
only
it
thing
can
that's
be awesome.
convection is not so bad with your gremlin swarms. It's the one thing
That's
I
a
have.
great way to pick off a gremlin swarm or
Yeah.
two.
So I'm
It's-
going to mute the two guys so they can't hear us talk, which they can totally still do.
Yes.
But if I was playing Will's side, I would look to be tossing an obliteration at those gremlins to
Maybe just to get a
maybe-
lucky drift
probably
right
to
off
take
the bat.
out. We'll try to take out more than one in one shot if possible.
True. Yeah, for sure.
Although it's going to eat up all your focus.
Yeah. Blitz are 4 focus spell. Are they an AoE 5?
AoE 4, I believe?
AoE 4, POW 15. Yeah.
Yeah, the old Thag Rush hit.
Yep, the old
Yeah.
Thags. The old Thags. So POW 8 on blast damage. Gremlin swarms are only arm 12. So rolling a 9 will take one off. So if you can maybe boost that damage roll on one, then you might get rid of those. What I think are going to be pretty key.
Okay, so I'm going to
models.
cast my upkeeps.
Yep.
Going to do 2 for escort,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to do bullet dodger on. I can't cast it on that guy. Oh wait, can I? I don't think I can.
So
Oh, he's way over here.
Oh, okay.
putting up escort's fantastic because it gives all his jacks +2 speed.
Yep.
And if Magnus is going to be within 3 inches of a jack, he's going to get +2 armor as they like to kind of boost up his armor there.
So what's Magnus's base armor? 17?
It is 17.
So that gets him a respectable 19 armor. That's pretty good for a caster.
Yeah, he also
We're gonna just so I have it up. I'm gonna do bullet dodger on my arc node for now, and then I'm gonna camp 2. He's not gonna need it now, but he might need it next round.
So Bolt Dodger is +2 defense and dodge. It can be put on a friendly faction model. I thought it was a
Cal
warrior
Baylock
model,
is
but
gonna go.
Any friendly faction model, that's
it's pretty sweet.
pretty sweet.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna move these trees out of the way.
Super.
This is still a forest.
The one thing I find with hordes, maybe in general,
Does
is
he have Pathfinder?
def
He
skew
sure does
doesn't
not.
seem to matter a whole
So he's only
lot.
going to get to go. Well, he could run, I guess.
If I find that just being able to throw out that extra fury and not really giving
So he's
crap
fully
about
within
it
the
because they
forest?
have ways to manage fury. It's a lot easier for them to spend
That's
a
me.
fury to just
Awesome.
make sure they hit.
So, as
Yeah,
part
I see
of
what you're
my theme force,
Uh-huh.
everything that is not a warrior model.
All of my units die.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, everything that is not a warrior model that can have a corpse has one.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the Death Knell and all the models in my battle group that are like that.
You can see that by the little wooden tokens in front of those models.
Yep.
Yep.
I prefer wooden tokens, and I'm waiting for my Muse.
It's a great way to distinguish.
tokens.
I prefer my plastic tokens from Muson Minis
Because
because they're colorful. He prefers his wooden tokens from Muson Minis because they smell funny.
I do really enjoy the wood.
Or they smell lovely, I should say.
I like my off-party tokens that are just black.
They're just tokens.
Guess what this is?
Wait, are they racist?
They have no printing on them.
I see that type of black. Never mind. So
I totally forgot to move the galleon. Would you mind if I move the galleon?
Let's flip
before-
the clock back and
go ahead.
we'll
Go ahead
mulligan.
and,
Oh
push that.
dear God! This
George,
is how good
Flip your
this
clock
game
back
is
for
going
a
to
sec
be.
there, G.
Yeah,
let's mulligan
push
that.
that. Push that.
Oh my God!
Push that
This is,
jack ahead a couple inches.
yeah, he's just gonna
See if he
march.
remembers
It's okay.
out. God,
Everybody gets a
This is how
nervous
my-
on the stream.
sorry about that.
My question actually for you, you can probably answer it while I am moving crap because this is turn one of War Machine. I'm going to run shit forward.
Yeah.
Why not escort first so all your jacks have the extra speed? So Gremlin Storm's going to run.
Because of the advanced deploy on the. Sorry, why not cast
Escort
Escort
immediately.
first, so everybody
because
gets the
with
speed.
all of the basically because I have a cloud wall in front of me and they can only move so far in cloud wall.
Yeah.
The jacks can't go that much farther with the infantry in the way, so I don't generally care too much about it. If I were a better player, I'm sure I could figure that out better, but I am not the world's greatest unboxer. So
Okay. You are Darth Vadering pretty bad, so I'm going to get you to kink out your mic.
Yep.
Let us know
That
if
was-
we're
yeah.
still Vadering.
I like it.
So
The Dreadrots are going to have a little run.
All right.
They're going to try and get somewhere where they can be shot by the trenchers.
So,
you
Chris,
can
do you
use an
think getting
amazing-
escort up right away and getting those jacks a little further ahead would be a big deal against George's army specifically, where there's not a lot of range? It's going to be a forced melee. Does Will maybe want to hang back a little bit anyway and just try to pick some things off before they get to him?
I think where he's put his jacks currently, escort wasn't really needed.
Right.
I think it's going to be when they meet. It's probably going to be about turn 2,
Yep.
turn 3, because
Yep.
there's a bit of a positioning. This is going to be a big positioning game for sure.
It is, yes.
So we're going to
Because
force
both-
this nice gentleman
Both
to run.
casters can speed up their jacks,
Yep.
and so it's really going to be about. I think the
force
galleon's
this
pull is going
gentleman
to be
to
a big thing.
Yes.
If you can tow them out.
Yep.
And his feet is going to be a massive thing.
Yes.
If Will can set it up so he can get a good alpha feat and
Yep.
then
Alpha again. Yeah, that's going to be a huge deal. Magnus's feat is
guy
pretty
is
ball
going
busting when used in the proper situation. It can really.
It's. I remember the first time I read that card, I'm like, oh, well, you just can't move 2 directions, so I can just move back and to the left. And then they were like, no, you can just move side to side now, or straight forward and back. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's way worse.
Yeah, shutting off the back and the front, so it's basically a left or right movement.
Yeah.
Kind of is a big fuck you.
Lateral is a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
especially with all that rough terrain that I
Yep.
sneakily placed there.
Yeah, and with the
is going to
drags,
run
with the
into
drags
there.
on Galleon, not being able to back up at a range for a turn when you can't advance is kind of nasty.
It's be interesting if George can block his
Caster.
key stuff
Yeah.
from that drag.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Also, George has some Krabbits in there, which can shield guard those drags.
They're so cute.
The great thing about a Krabbit is you put it behind the things that you want to protect, and you redirect the drag to it, and then the dragging model bangs into the back of the model it protected.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a little extra speed. So you're going to activate your child model.
Yeah, I'm just checking out her spells because I want to make sure that I get Tantrum out, and I probably want to get Discord out this turn. She is a speed 6, so I shouldn't have any problem getting into that trench, just to stop her from incidental fire, because she is only a def 13. She's no better than most of my beasts.
So
but
easy
I
to hit.
Also, for Tantrum, I want to keep my beasts within my command of 5, because that will allow me to. Move one of my beasts like they have a vengeance movement.
Right.
I want to draw on the screen.
Yeah. Draw.
Go for it.
Draw.
So I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to spend 2 on Tantrum and then 2 on Discord, leaving me camping 3.
Discord does what again?
Discord, you'll love it.
Ooh.
A target model in the spellcaster's battle
something-
group gains Wailing. Wailing, while within 5 inches of this model, with Wailing, enemy models cannot give or receive orders and cannot cast spells.
Right.
That's a huge thing to watch out for.
Yep.
That was originally
And
on
who
the
are you
Red
casting that on?
Banshee.
That's going to be
Would shut
on
people down.
Feature
Yep.
without.
And it could actually shut
With
down
that
those
arm?
trenchers trying to do their orders.
Right.
Really order-based
Yep.
models.
I'm noticing something different in George's deployment compared to what he usually does. Usually those cage ragers are sitting back a little further.
There might
And
be a
I'm-
little arc node actually
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
So there's Wailing.
So he's got those incorporeal gremlin swarms in each zone right
Yeah.
now, which is going to be a problem.
Doing all the contesting in the world.
And Tantrum
But
on
Kel
this
Baylock,
one.
that dude gets shit done.
He does. He
Bane.
does.
The Krabbits are going to make a run or 2. I want to get them within
But the
3
two
inches.
in the circular zone
So
both
this
get
Krabbit is
covered.
going to run
Right.
to there.
Yeah.
Protect
but Kel
that
Baylock.
group.
Yeah.
This Krabbit is going to
Mamma
run
jamma.
Mamma jamma.
there. Protect that group.
So
And
something
of
else I think to
course-
mention in this
this
theme,
Krabbit
the
will move
the,
up to
the
here.
gremlin swarms also get soothing song.
Yeah, they'll be able to pull off,
Right.
but it has to be within an inch.
Within an inch, they get soothing song. So
Right.
they can pull a fury off of one of those beasts, basically just because he's in theme.
And, it's a theme effect.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Lady Katarina Rose is also going to run up so that she can do a little bit of soothing herself. She can soothe on every war beast within 3 inches, as opposed to Gremlin Swarms, which can only do 1.
Yeah, that's a fair amount of fury management out there.
And then the Death Knell is going to run to there.
So the great thing about the Death Knell is that it also has the Troll's armor field sort of ability, so he
Yeah.
can stack up the armor on his.
Yeah.
Just so you know, right
Everything
now,
quite well.
currently
Yeah.
the armor field is hitting. That's the farthest guy on that side, and that's the farthest guy on that side. So these two are outside of the armor field.
I do
So
love
all
a
right.
cage rager and a skin and moans are
And we're over to
outside
you.
of the death knells.
All right, we're on to
Top 2.
top
of
2 for
2.
Will.
So basically, you're at a 9 inches. So Kel is completely useless on taking out those 2. Congratulations on your movement
Positioning.
on that, on your positioning. So first things first, we're gonna remove all them rings.
The great thing about the Grimkin is it kind of looks like a nightmare coming at you.
Yeah.
Like this
And-
really
and-
impressive, cohesive looking
Especially
army.
these.
The skin and moans
are
are large
like
and
when you see them
nasty
far
looking.
away, they look like, oh, it's a nice textured model.
Yeah.
When you get one of those in your hand, you realize those are all faces.
Yeah.
It starts to get real creepy real quick.
Yeah, you'll also notice on the weapons on the skin and moans, he has his own skin on there as well.
Yeah, those are his own bones as far as I can
Yeah.
tell, those weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
going to.
chances
Sorry,
are he
guys,
may
to
be-
interrupt. I'm
yeah.
going to upkeep Bullet Dodger and Escort. I'm not giving out any focus because nobody's going to hit shit this round. So I
Gonna do some shooting this round.
might lob an AOE, but that's.
Kill some dragons.
So Will's just measuring some threat ranges here.
Yeah, Magnus has 3 upkeeps. The other one's being Calamity. So if he gets that out on something important, you can keep
Yep.
that up for a couple turns.
Yep.
So just so you know, when I use one, I'll put the coin on it, and then when it's used up, I'll flip the card.
So I am going to put 2 focus on the Galleon, just because I might actually be able to lob an
To
AOE.
drift something onto somebody.
Yeah, and then I want to be able to boost it if I can. So his stealth does not work inside a building, correct?
Inside a building?
So his prowl,
Prowl
this
is
doesn't give you
triggered-
concealment.
No, it gives you
Gives you
cover.
cover.
Yeah.
So
Concealment is almost exclusively given by forests. There's clouds, I think. Also
Okay,
good
so
consumer.
Kel's
Cloud's
gonna.
good
Sorry, I
consumer.
don't want to run down my clock because
like
I'm
more
going to need it
organic
later.
things can be consumed
Kel's
than,
just going to run. He's going to duck behind this building
Man-made is more 4+ cover.
there.
Yeah.
and expect to die horribly.
Yay!
Kale's in the zone.
Everybody's in the zone.
So Kel's behind that house. I think that's probably fairly safe. It's worth noting that the gremlin swarms are incorporeal, so
They could just
they
walk through.
could just walk through the damn
But
house.
also
They
remember-
can actually hurt Kale.
They have no weapon.
They have no weapon.
Yeah.
So
and he is not a construct.
He's not a construct. So the best he can do, and they can't engage either because they are incorporeal. So
This
Probably
nomad's just going to move over to this
gremlin
forest.
swarm doesn't really
He's going to run over into the forest.
want to get up there.
No, Gremlin Swarm wants to get that cover bonus from the edge of the building,
The base F13 getting the cover bonus brings them up to 17. So
which actually makes it a real dice roll for Kel.
yep, exactly.
So we're looking at Magnus here, and I don't believe he has any way of getting Pathfinder, but with the escort, the extra speed's going to help him get those jacks into those hard-to-reach places.
Yes, yeah.
The butt.
The butt.
What, like the backseat of a Volkswagen?
Uncomfortable positions.
You keep going to pick up a model and then
I
just
know.
like,
I have no idea what to do right now, so I'm literally like.
I like those hardcore
Well,
guys who are
remember,
like, if you touch
if you
the
want
model,
to control
you
the zone,
activate
you'll
that
need
model.
all of
Yeah.
your trenches.
Yeah,
in
no,
it.
no, I understand that. I can't at the moment. So the trenchers are just going to run.
Okay.
All right, gonna run order. I like how there's 4 of us near Ringo,
Yeah.
but I like how Yoko's sitting over there.
Yeah, Yoko's sitting in the back room there.
Hey, Yoko.
Playing Angry Birds by the looks of it.
Beep, beep.
I'm surprised she's not sitting upstairs where it's nice and comfortable and stuff.
Yeah, kind of surprised
It
by
is
that.
slightly
But she's
warmer.
enjoying the game.
Mhm.
So trenchers are running.
Who's winning? Sorry. Of course, Will's winning.
Can the trenchers run and do their smoke ability?
No,
they
No,
can't.
they cannot.
Yeah, running and actions usually don't go hand in hand.
It's true. I was asking for the chat just in case.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was like, you should know better, Jason.
I do.
I kind of love the sound of a tape measure.
Yeah, that
It is a
crap
great
happens.
sound, eh?
It's like a lightsaber.
It makes me
this
itchy. It
guy's
makes me
actually
want
gonna
to play.
move a little- I didn't move him all the way.
Do a
so
battle
that's
box game right here.
okay. This guy is going to
Nomad.
shift himself over to here.
Nomad shifting.
Space.
This guy is going to
Go
shift
space.
himself
Go to
over
space.
to here.
Space. Space.
Space.
Space.
Space.
Want to go to space?
So two nomads now of
So
Positioned up,
he's actually got
heading
speed
towards
7
that
now,
bottom
so
zone.
that guy's going to go as tight in as he can.
Well, the good thing about the gremlin swarm up near that house is that it contests indefinitely until
Yep.
a magic bolt hits it.
Yep.
But Kale's also, he's kind of
good at
pretty
killing
hard
shit.
yeah, he's just an equal contesting model there.
Yep.
Until something comes for him.
What's the defense on Kel? Is Kel a hard
He's
model
a
to hit?
14-12, I imagine.
14-12?
Yeah, most good solos
Oh,
are.
it's
Yeah.
still going to die. Okay, so I screwed that up. Yay! There's the first giant screw up of the night.
It's better to get over with now.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
didn't save 3 to do Calamity. So we're going to have to do
Oh, it's
Convection instead.
Calamity is 3, yeah.
That's pretty pricey
It is pricey.
for a 6 focus caster.
Yep.
It is pretty powerful, but
So he's just going to move up to get himself within 12 of that dude.
if you can take out a gremlin swarm right
We're
now,
going to arc. Do I have a line of sight on your gremlin swarm from that arc node? It looks like I sure do. Okay. So we're going to arc.
He is man-sized. Can you see past your own guys?
Well, I don't have to because I had a clear line of sight.
Oh, okay, you're
Are
good.
we helping out? Pointing out bad things? If
Yes.
stop you? So you don't want to arc a spell at someone who is stealthed.
More than 5 inches away.
Oh, that's true because I need an AoE. So I don't have an AoE. So that is completely mother friggin' useless. Wow. So yeah.
Yeah.
And this leader model for
think
some
when you're
reason
playing someone and they
stayed
go to,
back
like,
for some reason.
Shoot someone who's stealth, and you're
Fortunately,
Yeah.
right
like,
now,
it's a bad
he's not
idea.
the
You
leader.
kind of want to stop
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
you know?
I think a good sportsmanship thing is to just remind them perhaps before they take that shot that
Yeah.
that model is stealth. Unless it's an AoE, in which case they probably want to do it anyway.
Right.
And I'm about to
Just
get a
to
whole
check,
bunch of gremlin
check the
swarms.
intent,
in the
because
face.
Yep. Yep.
gentleman's game
Okay.
filled with us.
So
We're not gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have anything within. I could actually move 1 more inch forward. I think that would be done.
Now, the gremlin
All right,
swarms have a...
do I have
wait
a
till
line
we'll
of
come here.
sight on that
I
skin
love how
and
Gremlin Swarms
The skin and modes? Yes.
are now a
'Kay.
thing.
Yeah, because they didn't see a lot of play for a long time.
Spool
But
up
they're
the guns on this
amazing
side.
models.
Ooh, he's gotten the chest cannons going now.
Yep.
D3
How many
Oh,
shots
I
per
can
side.
get one shot.
Better than
Whoop
none.
de doo. So we're gonna boost.
All right. Who are you
Uh,
aiming at on the side?
I'm hitting the skin. I'm aiming for the skin and modes.
Oh, you're
Yep.
trying to put the middle
I'm
of
just
that
trying.
guy?
I'm trying to put it on him so I
Yep.
can tag the 3 dudes that are behind him.
So that's going to be out of range, but if he gets a lucky drift.
Lucky drift.
No, it should be within 14 inches.
Oh, it's a
So-
14-inch shot. Yeah.
Yep. He's
got
within
line of sight.
14
He's in
or
there.
so.
Yep.
We have a stick for this.
Yeah.
But where's your
That
36-inch
is
stick?
really close.
I do have another inch. I could move forward. It's tapping his head. Is his head hanging over his base or?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no, so go for it.
Okay. So.
So when I charge 14 inches, we know it'll be good.
Yep, totally. And that's the way that this is going to go. So I get 1 shot. It is boosted. It is a Rat 5.
That thing's
Rat
great.
5, he's a Def 13 in a trench. Oh,
Clear
wait,
that.
you're... you're in range. So Def 13 in
Clear.
a trench up to
I don't want to see that.
17? Yeah, 17.
You
So I
can't
need
do
a
it.
12 on 3 dice.
Yeah.
All right. Serious.
That'll do it.
Boom.
16 will do it.
Boom.
Direct
Shammy.
hit. So the Skin and Moans is a armor what?
Skin and Modes is a armor... he's got 1 on him. He's 17.
How can you not do that?
That was Chris, by the way.
So
Just
he
so
is
everybody
a PAL
knows.
13.
Yep.
So I won't bother boosting that. So that's dice off. You said 17?
Yes, he's currently a 17. He's a base 16 plus 1 for his corpse.
Is he affected by the death knell?
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. Sorry.
So he's an armor
He's
19.
17, 18, 19.
So dice off 6, so that's 2 damage.
To
2 is 1.
First blood.
First blood
that
has been
is-
shed.
And it makes him super angry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
2 to his 1, you said?
And now he gets 800 extra points of
No,
damage
but he
on
does
me.
run and trample, charge and trample for free.
For free.
Sure,
Yeah.
that happens.
And that procs tantrum. I'm just going to flip
Like
over
a
the
first,
model.
Sure.
It's like a blind date.
The
you gotta go in and you have to see
So you're back
all the
to
shit
models
she's
who are
gonna
both
do to
face to
you.
base.
Yep.
They're both
Yeah.
going to get hit.
Yep.
I'm going
You
to
learn.
boost on
The dream
Chicky
is that
McGee.
you
Katarina
enjoyed
is
So it's a
a
7?
enjoyed it enough that maybe someday
She
you want
is
to go
armor-
and revisit.
14 with the death knell.
So dice off 7.
Yep.
One day you'll master it.
6. So
crap, dude.
that's
a nice roll.
4, 6
Was that a
damage.
moose?
6 damage.
That is a
kills
moose.
her.
Those
Nice.
Will is using
And
the,
then the other
moose
dude, I'm going to
machine
boost his
dice.
damage.
So that procs everybody is now +1 to hit
Yep.
and damage.
Is that for the game, George, or just for the round?
I believe it's next turn.
Next turn.
Other dude, what's his?
So
He is a Krabbit. He is armor 12, 14 currently.
So the character
So
solo
dice off
is
7?
gone. So George will get +1
5.
damage
So
hit next round.
3 damage.
Which
damage to the-
getting rid of it this early is probably a really good
5.
thing.
You know what?
don't you
That
don't want
is-
that when you're already engaged.
That's his activation, and that's totally worth it right there.
yeah.
Okay. That's
All right.
Just a sec. I need to see if I'm going to trigger
spooling
something.
up my other gun while you're figuring out what you're
Another
triggering.
one shot. Looks like. You want to
I'm going to pause your clock.
hand the
or
clock over?
Hand the
to-
clock over while you think.
That's okay. Well, you're still shooting, right?
No,
Yeah,
he's
but you're
waiting
thinking-
for
I'm
you.
waiting on you to figure out whether you're doing your feet.
Oh, whether I'm triggering, yeah.
George is.
Five,
I think switching clocks is always a
7,
good thing because it
8,
keeps
9,
things
10,
fairly straightforward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
11, 12, 13, 14. We already know I'm within 14
And in the
inches.
first like turn or two,
Okay.
it's a little like
Yes,
some
I
clock
will
time,
trigger
but
Wrath.
Yep.
Once you get into it, you definitely want. Oh, so George, Grim
So
Gimp
that
triggering
gives
the
you what?
Wrath.
Triggering his trump card.
It gives all of my beasts, everybody in my battle group +1 to their fury
What's
stat.
Mike laughing at?
Who knows?
Probably my drawing.
Okay, so that all happens. We will.
Wingman. Bubba's in the
we'll
chat
target
tonight.
the same dude.
I don't know what we did to deserve that.
I don't
but
get
Marry
to
to the
boost.
road.
So that's a miss.
Where's it
It's
go?
going to go to the 2 4 inches.
It's gonna come back.
So to the 2 this way.
And then
might
4
take that.
inches.
Might
Cage
might
Rager
clip
in the
the
front.
clip the cage rager.
Yep.
I think that.
Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's
Oh,
going
maybe
to
the skin and
Clip
bones.
the crabbit.
It's going to clip the crab.
Oh,
Okay,
clip
dice
the
off
crab.
7.
That's a
Might
word.
want
He's
to
a
boost that
14.
shit because
Yep.
he's a dick.
8. Yeah, 14.
So dice off 7, so no damage. Now it's
Just
your turn.
off by one. All right.
Awesome. Okay.
So
So
bottom by 2 for George.
Yep.
so since it is my 8 turn, I will collect. Looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I will pull everything back. Thank goodness that I didn't need Katarina this turn.
How many corpse did you get this round?
Just the one.
Do you get corpses off friendly models?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
Not
that's
if you
not
kill
what
them,
I'm used
though,
to
usually,
hearing. Right.
Yeah, the only thing that you don't get it for is killing your own guys.
which is the best way to get them.
Okay, so we have to get somebody in the zone
So with
for the
Katarina out,
score.
it's going to get
Yep.
+1 to hit and damage on
We have
all
to
his
kill
attacks this
Yeah.
round.
one
Yeah.
trencher.
Getting that out of the way now
And then
before I
feed
get into it.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. It's a
Feed
really good
that
idea to
guy.
get rid
We'll
of
put
her
2
as
there.
early as possible.
We'll feed him one.
So wait, like one channel and then the other channel.
All right, so what we're going to do,
Not that I know.
we
Alright.
will start
sure there is, but-
with the tantrum movement. So this guy is going to move 2 inches directly towards the
So that's
colossal.
one model in our battle group. Can do,
Is it only 2 inches? Or is it a movement?
that's 3 inches.
Not bulldoze. We want pain response.
2 inches.
It's 2 inches. Okay, good. Thank you. So he's done his 2-inch move. Gremlin swarms. This gremlin swarm is just going to scooch over, so he's more centralized. This gremlin
So
swarm,
he's less Kel Balokalized.
yeah, this gremlin swarm is going to move into the forest. That guy's going to stay where he is. That guy's happy where he is. So I'm done all the stuff I need to do at the beginning of my turn. Oh no, I will upkeep my spells. That seems like a good
Also
idea.
useful.
All right, so we'll start with stuff that just I can do. So we'll do these guys. They're going to get a run charge order.
The
So he is going to charge this nice gentleman. He is going to be out. So he'll charge this nice gentleman.
so the pumpkin jerks are engaging the trenchers.
And then where do I want the corpse? I want the corpse on him. So it's what's the pickup? The pickup is 2, I want to say. 100 rots. 5 inches. So he'll run to there. He'll run to there. And he'll run to there. So we can get the corpse line going.
Interesting.
Corpse
I
line.
didn't realize they actually like handed
All
them
right.
off to each other.
So
13.
we've got
They got those
these guys are
bags slung
13s.
over their shoulders.
Dread rots are
That is really cool.
6, so I need 7s to hit. 4 isn't going to do it, and on this nice gentleman, 5, 6, 7, that'll do it. Weapon Master, POW 11.
Okay. They are arm 13.
Now he's going to remove your tough ability.
Yeah, so no tough check.
Okay.
They are.
so-
Where did that come from? Just from them?
Yeah,
They just have it
They
natively.
have natively.
Okay.
The Bagman ability.
So they're 13. You said you did 11.
No, it's a POW 10,
Okay. So
and I
that's
rolled 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep. One down.
All right, and I'll put that corpse on him.
So George is able to switch. So each of the models can activate and pass that corpse down the chain to a model within 5 inches.
5 inches, yeah.
That's interesting. I don't see. Fluff wise, I'm not sure how that happens. He just like throws his bag at the guy behind him. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, the
That's
spit.
my guess.
The
Yeah.
spit.
I totally forgot to move him.
Bits.
Um,
There you go.
Don't worry. I forgot to move him.
true.
Is that the captain? Or
No,
that's
it's
the
just the
leader?
leader, but he's not the leader right now. So
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah, you're good.
okay. In fact, he might even be not quite.
So, Mr. Whaling.
I also
here.
forgot to move a galleon.
Yeah.
I thought it was Taurian, actually.
Mr. Whaling here will run into the zone. I was really hoping to kill that one guy contesting so I could get a point this turn, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, that's your corpse.
Does not look like there's going to be a lot of scoring going on at the end of turn 2.
This
No, it's gonna look
gentleman
pretty
will.
contested at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
my
have
first,
to
my first
run.
game against Grimkin, I
So
kind of
he'll
just
run up to there.
never one to read a lot of the rules before going into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I played against Danny
My caster will go. She is going
to a list that's pretty much the same as this. And
walk
got
forward for
smoked.
6.
Yeah, Danny's a really good player
She's
anyway,
going
and
to
playing against a
abuse
faction like
this
Grimkin for the
nice
first
gentleman
time can be very
For
punishing.
2. And do
They do some weird stuff.
1 damage to the 2.
All right, so we got an abuse out on one
Yep.
of the heavies.
1 damage to the
Only
2.
rolled a 1 on that D3.
Yep.
Best case.
Best case scenario for George.
So
Yeah, but I find with new armies like or new lists, you just gotta jump in and see what they do. You
Yeah.
don't get racked. It's
Yeah, that's
a
right.
learning experience.
Yep, for sure.
for the extra speed.
The first time I played Grimkin against Grimkin.
So George, what was that?
That was an abuse going out.
Oh, the abuse, right?
So abuse does what again?
+2 speed and strength.
+2 speed and strength.
Bringing his current strength up to 17, 18, 19.
His
And his
P plus
speed up
S.
to 9?
7.
7? Oh, he's only speed 5?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just so used to seeing them at speed 7. Maybe that. Goddamn
5
abuse.
goes to 7, 7
Yeah.
goes to 10, reach of 12. He already moved ahead 2.
Yeah.
So
So-
we know because he was shot at 14 inches away.
Yeah.
We know that he now has charge distance to the Colossal.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. Although he will probably need to activate his animus to get that Pathfinder out.
Yeah, that is the one thing I'm not sure about, whether I can avoid the lurk. I'm not sure I can. No, I'm not going to be able to avoid the lurk,
that's
I
a
don't
pretty-
think.
If you're measuring out 14 for your range, you're probably gonna need a straight line.
Right here, he's just gonna.
I just
clip
gotta get
that
within
right on
12.
the corner there.
Yeah.
So we'll find out when I go to activate him. This nice gentleman is going to walk ahead his 5. Oh, that's Katarina. These go up here. And Tantrum is face up this turn. All right. And so this Krabbit is going to walk to within 3 inches. This Krabbit's going to walk to within 3 of them.
It's all good.
This Krabbit's going to walk to within 3 of them. This Skin and Moans is going to walk up. The Death Knell is going to. How far away? It's 5, right? On Death Knell? You can hand out? Yeah, 5. So he is going to move up to here. And he's going to steal a corpse from them and give out 2 corpses to him. That's his. Krabbits can't have corpses. I think
I'm really happy with the Krabbits.
that is
Remind me of
everybody.
Izzes from Max
So
Right.
from the 90s.
Yeah,
Lurker's
yeah.
going to lurk. He's going to charge for free.
Yep.
Lurker's gonna look.
So he's going to move to within
You've
2
definitely
inches.
blocked this line now with your other Skin and Moans, so you can't get through there. To
That's
where
why
you
I'm
want.
lurking
Oh, I see. what
for
you're
the
saying.
Pathfinder.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. And those Gremlin swarms, they don't do
So it's a
anything.
1
You can
point?
charge through them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They,
Okay. Let me guess, you can use corpses the same as focus?
No,
Fury?
I use corpses to up my strength.
Okay.
+1 for each corpse.
It's
Okay.
worse.
Something else worth noting is the Skin and Moans can also use those corpses at any time during its activation to heal D3.
Yeah, so after he's done all of his damage, he can heal all 3 of them if he would want to. All right. So Skin and Moans this turn because you hurt his lovely Katarina.
Yep.
Is a mat 8. I think I need to not snakes.
If you wanted to trample or charge,
He's a 9. Yep. So not snakes.
You can
So that's a
heal
hit.
yourself before you actually
So
do your
he
act-
is
attack.
POW
in case you lose an
22
aspect on the way.
currently.
I am armed 21 currently.
So dice plus 1. So 8,
12.
10, 11, 12 to the 5.
Yeah, Galleon's gonna take a bit of a beating here.
Second initial.
Yep.
Not snakes. Hits. Dice plus 1. 7 to the 6.
I hate to interrupt. Are you remembering the +1/+1?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
From your
yeah.
dead
8
soul.
goes to 21. He's 21 going up, and I'm 22.
Gotcha.
Okay, so first bot. Not snakes. Hits. Dice plus 1. 7.
To the
4. I would like a little bit of spiking. That
Looks
would
like
be
the right
nice.
side is nearly out with 3 hitboxes left.
So by an attack,
Oh,
not
it's right there.
snakes, hits. That would have been nice for damage. And 7 to the 1
Okay, 4 to the other side.
on the 3.
Okay.
By an attack,
This is your last attack.
nope.
Miss.
Snakes.
Oh, you get an extra.
Because of wrath, I have an extra one.
Yep.
Hits.
That's a hit.
5, 6, 7, 8 to the 2. I would have really loved at least one spike in that.
I think you
am
did okay.
That's
glad-
pretty
yeah, I
good.
think
Yeah.
I'm nearly taking out a colossal with one model.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't.
Straight.
That's way under his normal hitting power.
Yeah, he
You can't have
sucks.
it all.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bullet. I'm about to lose him. So it's I have spent
It's like a 3-to-1 point ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did okay.
Yeah.
Shame.
I've
Shame.
I've spent 15 points and didn't do its job.
Crippling one
39
side of a
points.
colossal.
15 points.
Yeah,
You crippled
well-
one. You crippled my gun.
It had one job to do and it failed.
Oh my God! Wow.
So
I'm going to disagree with George
I
on
don't
this
think
one.
I think crippling the
And
gun was kind of the
Yeah.
thing that you
Over to
wanted.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, Will, it's your turn. Top of 3.
All right. Well, this is feet turn.
G.
Faux
I didn't
show.
know how Will or G didn't just give
Yeah.
up there.
The whiteboard's not clearing.
Escape
Yeah.
when you're on it.
Yeah. Not working.
It's,
All right. So I need
it?
to.
click on the screen.
Click on the screen
It's fine. It's just a little thing.
or go to whiteboard and go to settings and go to clear.
It will. It's not. It's giving me a giant gray box of nothing.
We'll try this. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we just leave it off. We'll just leave it off.
It's distracting. So, all right, Will's moving. He's looking at the Kel here.
Yeah, he's trying to get Kel into a place where he's going to be able to get a shot. Unfortunately,
I wonder what Kel's going for.
I can
honestly.
definitely get a shot.
he's hoping to get.
I can't get both because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get one, but not the
He
other.
has reposition, so he can probably retreat to a.
I keep
safe
forgetting that
place.
Kel has reposition. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. I'd be worried about those
Reposition where he is behind that house is pretty sweet.
Okay, so I
All the good sellers.
ain't gonna do anything
Yeah,
over
they
here.
really do. Or
Might
Swift
be able to
Hunter,
do something over here.
which is basically another form of reposition. You just have to kill
Definitely
something
can do
first.
something over here because we
Okay.
go to 7 and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have no problem getting to that dude to kill
They've got
him.
Pathfinder.
No, but I've got escort up, which gives me the extra 2 inches, plus my charge, plus the 2-inch reach on the sword. So that's pretty legit. So he's definitely going to need some foci. Really,
so that nomad
really,
speed
really
7
focused strat.
Yep.
though.
escort, but getting out of those woods is going to be tricky.
He's looking at 2 inches to get out of the woods.
I have 12-inch
4.
threat.
He's got 6 inches to clear those woods.
Yeah, he's got a 12-inch threat with escort. So.
It's actually 2 inches to clear the woods.
No.
So 4.
Yeah, so it's your butt has to move 4 inches.
And then, so that's 4 plus
5. I
12
think you're.
inch.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
you're
fine
good.
with 12 inches
Yeah.
of threat. So
Yeah.
because we want to kill. So what we want to do is kill this skin and bones with this nomad, so that the this.
Did
fucker-
I get the correct arm? Did
You
I
got
kill
the
your drag?
right field of fire.
Yeah, you did. So I'm gonna have to boost it to even hit and drag, and then this nomad hopefully can
Do
kill
something.
do something. It's not.
Do
it's-
something tons of fun.
It ain't a good plan.
Well, he
Let's
does have
just-
another central nomad, which can probably do some damage too.
Yep.
It ain't a good plan because we need to kill everybody. So we're gonna boost everybody up to full that can do what they're gonna do.
I really got to pee right now, but this is intense.
You know,
So I can't go
And,
anywhere.
we'll take turns.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, that's it. So to start, I am going to
I'll go
make sure that I'm at a kill box. I am going to. No, we're not going to activate him first. This guy's engaged.
What do you keep doing?
I'm not touching
It's not. This guy's not.
I'm typing on here.
Going to give you a whole shit ton of corpses, is what we're going to do.
I'm not even touching the keyboard.
Are you sure your beer isn't on the keyboard?
No.
What you gonna do?
Well, first things first, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to see how many of the dread rots we can kill with.
They do have tough.
Yeah, that's because you're playing Grimkin, and they get all the things they get. That is the way that this works. So these three fuckers are going to have to actually move because they can't actually see any dread rots. So they're just going to move into the forest, giving them. Let's move this tree out of the way, giving them line of sight.
The chat would like to inform you,
this
George, that it's Cariana, not Katarina.
I know. And they
People,
hate it.
they do.
They hate it a
They
lot.
definitely do.
That guy's just going to.
Katarina Rose is my favorite solo.
They're saying that's why you lost her.
Oh,
as soon as
because
you did.
because I did not.
Because you called her by the wrong name.
Yeah, not. I cuddled her up to a jack that I really didn't have to, and lost her to a blast that never should have happened. Yeah,
Okay,
that has nothing to do.
Fortunately, the sniper is going to have to move. He really does not want to, but he has to. This guy is going to get. Okay, we're just going to have to see how shit goes. So this guy's just. He can't get a charge. He can't shoot at you.
He just has to try and poke me with
He
his
has
stick.
to try to poke you with his stick. Trencher Infantry is a mat 6. You're a 13. I need a 7. That's a 7.
Yeah, we're only 12, by the way.
Oh, I still hit. It's a POW 9.
Arm 14 base.
So I need to do 6 damage. That is a double 1. So not going to happen. We will do. We'll just shoot. Shoot at this guy. Or do we do a 3-man into that dude who's engaged? We're going to do a 3-man into the dude that's engaged.
That's
So
risky.
it is risky, but that brings me up to a 9, and you are now a
16.
So the engaged guy is a 16.
So I need 7s on 2 dice.
6.
6, so it misses. Let's see if he hits. Did we hit the other guy? It misses.
That you get +2 to hit if he's in the back.
Oh, true. So he dies. So let's see if he toughs. He does not tough.
Sorry.
No longer engaged, though. That's a thing.
It's the upside of shooting into combat.
Not much else I could do, unfortunately. So he'll shoot that guy. So I need 7s. Or I need 6s. That's a hit.
That's definitely a hit.
They are POW 11s.
So dice -3.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Second shot into that guy.
Famous will dice have
Hits.
started.
There we go.
There we go.
Tough.
Not
No.
tough.
Okay.
Dead.
So that's 1 down. This guy will shoot this guy. Hits. Dead.
Not tough.
Tough.
That's this guy?
Yep. This guy will shoot this far back guy.
Okay.
Miss. I think 4. That's a 10.
That's
That's
me.
12.
Oh, he's also stood still. So
That's name +2.
that's a hit.
Mhm.
It's a kill.
Not tough. Corpse for the wagon.
Okay, I'm back.
How was your journey?
So this
It was
guy will
great.
shoot this guy.
I feel better, relieved.
Hits. Kills.
Tough.
Nope. There we go. There's a tough.
Ooh, first tough.
Had to happen eventually. Like he killed 4 models. Statistically, one of them was going to do it.
Sniper's got line. Sniper will go.
Can't hit me and fall down right. Oh wait, that only works for you. That doesn't seem fair.
So you're 5 now, right? So anything but. That's a hit. POW 14, I believe, on the sniper.
Straight dice.
Does it do an auto point?
Oh, that's true. I think you can do an auto point.
If it can, he's dead.
Yep, 1 damage. So take him
dead.
off the board.
Wow.
Auto points usually negate tough.
I don't know.
Strider Deathstalkers have that ability where they do an auto point and ignore tough. I don't know if maybe Trenchers have that same ability or not.
I was impressed I remembered the 1 point of damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, he's going to stay where he
I
is.
see the snipers all too often.
This
Yeah.
dude's going to charge, so he loses. Oh wait, because of escort, do I get the free charge or something like that?
I don't think escort's free.
I'm trying to remember this. I'm just making sure that there's nothing that gives me +2, blit, no, kill
We'll
box, no,
calamity
bullet
that guy
dodger,
first.
knockdown, nope. Okay, so we lose
Spaced
3
F13.
inches. So we
It's going to
lose
be hard enough.
4
to hit.
inches.
That's
Yeah,
a good
get,
point.
to
Four.
get your ass out.
Yeah,
Get my
Calamity
ass into
would
the
be really
forest.
slow. I don't think you
Yeah.
can spare the focus
So I
point,
go
though.
That's
with
really it's
with
So you're- it's
escort.
bad.
I go to
7 goes to
7.
10.
So 10 inches. So that leaves
so
me
you
with
need
6
six
Almost
inches
on the
left.
other side.
Plus, I have a
Yes.
2-inch reach.
I'm
on-
thinking this is probably
Nomad.
feet turn.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna charge that guy.
That will buy him an
With a
extra
2-inch
turn.
reach.
Because 2 more skin and bones.
Okay,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
make sure that I'm
Those
in there.
those sons of bitches
There's no question.
can do some
Sons of
damage.
Now you get to activate all your shit that stops me from doing all the things that I need to do.
I could make you living.
don't encourage
All right, so 1 for the charge. Sorry.
Wait, living warjacks use fury. so you can't spend
I
more
am
focus.
a mat 6.
That would be amazing.
I'm a
Would
mat 6.
work
You
like that
are
at
a
all.
defense 10?
13.
13.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
crazy high for a heavy.
I know.
It
Skin
is.
and bones are just
Is
straight
that base?
Yep.
That's base 13.
Alright.
Yeah,
Pretty shitty.
All right, I'm going to go for the 7.
hard 7.
And I missed.
Ah,
So buy an attack.
Those are like lights.
And this is where
Yeah.
it all screws up. There's the 7.
7.
There you go.
POW 18.
So I'm arm 19 right now.
So dice off 1.
Is he
That's
within
8 to
8
the,
Not bad.
to the 5.
is he
And
within the
last
field
attack,
of the death? No.
need a 7. Should have boosted the first one because I missed on
No,
that one.
he's not in armor, but I think he gets a native focus.
All right, so we will.
Death power gets +1 for each corpse.
Oh, okay.
arm power, not deaf. That would be broken.
Yeah.
Def 15.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No.
Wait,
That's
is this-
just
was it
straight
circle
not
army?
fair.
What's
yeah.
the reach on those guys? 1
1
inch.
Skin and Bones are 2. Cage Raiders are 1, I believe. I'll just check that to be certain.
I want to see a Cage
Raiders.
Rager. That's
Give it
modeled
is
after
in fact
Bubba
1.
Okay,
with a chase hat and 2 kegs. Cage
That'd be pretty
Rager.
epic.
we're going to. This sounds ridiculous because I can't kill that guy. So
They're base 19. Those guys.
okay, so we're gonna activate the colossal because I couldn't kill the skin and bones, which I needed to do. You already said you were within 2, correct?
Yeah, I was
Yeah, that
engaged.
calamity
So
would've
something's been
really
moved?
helpful there.
Probably
but being
my
engaged
little
too,
guy.
you're
Okay.
not going to get a calamity off on that model.
No.
So-
no,
Just gotta punch him.
yeah.
I assume you want to turn so that you can hit me with the one that doesn't suck.
Yep.
Good job.
So the colossal will start with the one that can.
Don't get cocky there, George.
Yeah.
The we might
Not
as well start with the
condescending
I,
in the
cargo.
I
least.
assume he's going to die this turn.
Might as well start with the cargo claw.
Yeah.
Just to see if so. Well, you're a 13. I'm a 6.
Yeah, so 7's to hit.
I rolled a 6. Doesn't make any difference. So the cargo claw probably should have boosted. Okay. So we'll go with the
does. Yeah.
thing that. Sorry, that was a trident
Used for
strike.
picking up
Cargo
trading cars.
Cargo claw now
Cargo claw.
needs 7s, and I rolled a
That's
double
snakes.
1. This is how this game is going for Will.
Assault is real.
Cargo claw. There we go. That's
we
a
go.
hit. So
I don't
that's
feel so bad about not killing it now.
POW 20.
So dice +1.
Ooh, that's rough.
8.
That's 8 damage.
8 to the 5.
8 to the 5.
That was a very average roll.
It did knock out a
Preceded by
spirit.
a very terrible
Okay.
double one.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So
Spike would have come in
2.
handy there.
What are you looking at there, George?
We've got
11.
one left in the mind, all of his body, and no spirit.
So about
Which-
11 damage left.
War Beast without a spirit. Does he drop Fury right away?
No.
No.
Okay,
You just can't spend Fury.
Okay, cool.
so this guy's going to go. He's
Yep.
going to attack
Cannot
your
be
Skin and
forced.
Bones.
You don't
he did
spend
not
fury,
charge.
you generate it.
No
Need
math.
7s.
Yep.
Let's boost it.
Come on, Big Willie style.
Yeah.
Come on, that.
That's my encouragement.
Hey!
There you
That's
go.
what we've wanted all along. POW 18, so dice off 1.
Make those Moose Machine dice work. Yeah,
Six.
6
6 more damage.
Was that charge?
No.
Pick up the red one
Oh,
occasionally.
sorry. To the 2. And
So mind is out and body. So mind and spirit.
that's
are out.
exactly what
Was
I
that a
just saw
charge?
on your.
You did 1 point of damage there, George.
You did.
No,
you
2.
did take 6 points
Oh,
of damage.
6? Sorry.
dude.
Yeah.
6 to the
And that's how
sorry.
George wins this game.
This guy's impossible to kill.
5, 6.
He just takes 2 damage with every hit.
I swear I'd done like 50
4,
damage to this guy.
We're going to buy. Need a 7.
Yep.
That's a
That's a
6,
six.
and we're going to buy, and that's a hit.
All you need to do is 5.
So dice off 1.
Yep.
That'll
That'll
do
do
it.
it.
All right, we got rid of the Skin and Bones.
It doesn't matter. No, I mean, that's good.
Thank God. I was going to be so over on Fury.
So
Magnus is
Skin
going
and
to move
Bones,
up.
15 points.
That's a pretty great light War Beast.
Magnus has everybody within his
Colossal
feet,
power.
and or everybody but your back
They can
line.
take out a Colossal, possibly on one turn.
It's really sad
And
when they
he's
nerf
gonna
this
feed-
faction.
Yeah.
People are gonna be so
He has.
So is it everybody within his feet right now or anybody that moves in?
Look at that pretty feet token
No,
brought
everybody
to you
that's
by
within his
News on
feet right
Minis.
now cannot move
It's a
in
beautiful token.
this direction for sure.
Which other one would you like?
I don't think it matters.
You probably don't want him to. Never mind.
This is really interesting. It's,
Yeah,
Will
it
wants-
is a really interesting question.
I don't want you to go.
Do you not want me to back
Back
out?
up, maybe.
Do you want me?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go back up.
Okay, so I can
Just
only move
Left or
this
right.
way.
Yeah, you can
So-
only move left or right. Kel Baylock.
that lateral movement really
Doesn't do a damn
is for
thing,
a
really.
Shooting gallery.
Well, it does let me get behind forests.
There's
Kel
not a
Baylock is
whole
going
lot
to
of
move up
forest
there, and he's going to miss.
Unfortunately.
Go kill!
Go Cal.
He's in 5 inches. He's gonna blast.
I'm
going to
make sure
Yep.
that he's facing both, so that hopefully next round.
Yeah.
So 13, they're def 13, I believe.
So
Does he get 2
Baylock.
shots?
Gremlin
He may
Swarms
get
are
2
def
shots.
13.
It's been a while since I've used
But
this.
he can't get within 5 of both, I don't think.
I can, but it doesn't matter because I can't get both shots. That's the problem. Because if
Oh,
I
okay.
move, I don't get both shots. So now I'm within 5 of
So
both.
which one would you like?
Oh, we're going to go for this one.
Okay.
Aim
So
to get
you're
the
a
double
what?
shot.
I'm 13.
13. Kel Baylock is an 8, so I need 5s. Want to see me screw this up?
Sure.
Like that. Boom, shalakalaka. That
You
was
should-
brilliant.
You need
All
to buy a
right.
lottery ticket after that.
Nope.
He has repositioned.
Oh, he does, but I don't really care. I'm where I want to be right
He
now.
is where he wants to be. All right.
All right, so
I will get 2
ended
Fury.
at 24 and a half minutes. George
Yep.
is looking at 38, so
It's going to be an interesting turn for George because he can't go
One from the
back or
dead.
forward.
he's going to try to
And-
mitigate the response next turn from Will.
One from the.
There's not a lot. I mean, he's got that. It's the forest is very lateral there. He's not going to be able to hide a lot behind it.
Honestly, I think
Let's
for a
see
feat
what we
turn,
can do
Will
here.
maybe should have been more aggressive, knowing that he would have been safe
so-
from any retaliation this round, like this turn,
Yeah.
so he could then
Yep.
go in and do more damage next turn.
Yeah.
Who wants to be knocked down and farther away?
And like, I couldn't really see it last turn, but now
I actually got jammed. I really couldn't. So
True.
these two
Right.
guys,
The
these guys were
Dreadrots
all
were
jammed.
all
so
up in
there
the
was
face.
nothing I could do. I would have had to sacrifice all
Yeah.
of the range attacks to do that,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get charges. So there was not a lot I could
So
do. I mean, I
14
probably could have
he's
been
a
more
7?
aggressive, but
Or
Yep.
6?
sorry for focus.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Focus 6.
Well,
Focus
you can
6,
always
so this
trample your own
Dread Rod is
models.
also out. So they could get a run charge order?
Yeah, I think we get
Or
that
a.
left side nomad up further. It would be
Yes,
really
he
useful.
could
Yeah,
technically
probably
run
take out
in
the
there
skin and
and do
bones
whatever he plans on doing.
And be annoying, really, is his job.
between last turn and this turn. He'd probably do the skin and bones.
Though.
If I had been able to take out the skin and bones like I thought
Yeah.
I was going to be able to,
Yeah.
Yeah, that many points devoted to one model is pretty rough.
It was pretty awful.
Yeah, it's
Dev
pretty rough.
13 on a heavy like Skin and Moans that can get up to P plus S 23 and higher is
Is bullshit.
it's kind of bullshit. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, the only faction I know of that has Def 13 jacks or heavies is Cricks, and they're all very
guy's gonna run
pillow-fisted
into the
with
forest
low
now.
I
armor.
think of it more of as a hordes thing.
Yeah,
You can just move through all of his other models.
Circle is
Just this
very
one.
heavy, or like high defensive
true.
armor.
Death
Yeah.
Knell.
can they
it
get up
is gonna
to
move
as
up.
high a POW as Skin and Moans?
I think circle is definitely in that kind of ballpark.
Yeah, because they can warp for strength, and there's
There you
probably
go.
some
They're very-
casters that give
yeah.
them.
It kind of feels like they
So
have
that gets everybody in the bonus.
a kind of a damage absorbing utility jack with the Cage Rager, and then
Yep.
a Warple
So
style.
the caster
Yeah,
is
with the
going
Skin
to
and Moans, yeah.
activate. And
Given that he has so many of
what's
both,
the Nomad's defense?
it's
Yeah.
a pretty nice balance.
10.
Yes, it really is.
So not snakes.
But if he was able to
So
shoot
I
those
am going
cage
to.
the skin and bones off the table
knock
earlier on, that'd be
down-
a very different kind of game.
I'm going to fire your.
Getting rid of them is hard,
Nomad
especially when you have that many
into
shield guards
Colossal.
Yeah, that's true.
and
You have a slam. Of some
negation of
I have a
spells.
slam spell.
And the range on them is nuts.
So
which,
the child
you
is
know,
going to
Yeah.
take a pot shot
activate,
at them and, then
and
get
he is
charged
going
next
to
turn.
force hammer
Yep.
through
They threat
this guy.
14 inches,
It's a 10
which
inch.
is
Right, he's got a
shot.
force hammer going here.
Oh, I can't hit the caster, can I?
There's a forest in the way.
That's why I was just checking. Yeah, there's a force in the way. Yeah, so on this nice gentleman,
Do you still have the bullet
force
dodger
hammer
up?
is 4. One,
Yes,
two, three,
Bullet
4,
Dodger is still up on, but it's on the.
but it's on this guy over here. So not snakes. It's a hit. So you are knocked 1 inch back and knocked down. You probably don't even hit the other guy.
You just tag him.
I just tag him. Okay.
Yep.
So 2 POW 12s. I'm not going to boost. So dice minus 6 on the jack.
Normally, I would say it's not a
4
big
to the
deal,
3.
but
Yeah.
12 on the
It's
galleon at this
Nomad,
point is
number
just
1.
damage you don't want.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
He's already in a pretty-
Galleon's what? Dice minus 9.
pretty fragile position.
He is no longer engaged, so he is a arm 19.
Arm 19. So dice minus 7.
Interesting to see
Nothing.
what the list selection thoughts would be.
And-
I think,
Yes. Yep.
Do we want to
such a
place
high
any of my crabs?
price
Casters on
colossal,
2, by
you
the way.
really want some repair.
Do we
needs-
wanna
yeah.
place Any of the
Perhaps
crabs?
some mechanics in there.
Yeah. Or Dirty Mag. I'm not sure if they can.
Yeah, I'm going to place some of the
Should be in
crabs.
this list,
Dirty Meg
though.
can
So-
probably
Yeah.
with theme.
This
Yeah,
guy
You probably
will
find 1 or 2.
move
though.
0
Yeah.
and then jump to.
Yeah, because if you just
Where do we
invest
jump
that
to?
much in a colossal, you really need to be able to like keep it running.
very true.
Jump to here. Actually, we'll jump to there. This crabbit.
I know I used to
We'll
park a
jump to
shepherd
there.
behind an archangel
And this crab
consistently.
will jump
Unfortunately, the archangel never survived
There.
past the turn it was attacked. So
I've never played against an archangel.
So you still have this.
There's a
stealth
reation for that.
Oh, wait, I
one?
killed it like
yeah,
I
right
have
away.
both
Cracked it off the
desolation and a
table.
cursed left.
Oh,
Desolation creates terrain,
Mhm.
and a cursed is the one that removes stuff.
so his main
All right,
Trump
and we're over
one
to
is
you.
gone then.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, Wrath is gone.
So George ended up at 33 minutes, and Will's now starting up at 24.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot. But
top
that was
of-
kind of
He had a
Top
time
of-
walk turn.
This is
this
top
turn,
of, top of 4.
Top of 4.
Yeah, this is top of 4,
All right.
and no
No
score
points.
yet. I'm trying, but he keeps
Should be a
moving
s-
one freaking guy into the zone.
That's
that's how it
kind
works.
of what I need to do.
Yeah. It's,
kind of a
strong attrition
thing.
kind of game,
All
I
right,
think.
so
Trenchers, I think, need to get
7
some
to
work
grab.
done
Is
this
this guy?
turn for
This
sure.
guy's movable, correct?
Do trenches
Yeah,
get work?
everybody's moving.
So
You could pop a lot of smoke and block some
Yeah.
charges for sure.
What are they, POW 10s on their guns?
Whee!
Yeah.
Yeah. In the right case, they're good. Against 5 heavies, 4
Probably
heavies,
not.
not so much.
Trample victims.
Who's going to generate the tantrum
Trample
for me?
victim.
Yeah.
okay.
Dun.
So that's it, I think.
think Will's going to be looking at a couple options right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep upkeep
Assassination
escort.
being-
And I don't even know why I'm upkeeping bullet dodger at this point, but I'm going to anyway. G. I don't care what you say. It's an amazing move.
Don't even argue it.
Don't even argue it.
I can't do it.
All right, so his feat's done. Let's see if Will can
see if
try
we
to
can-
level the playing field here.
I
It's
can't.
not too bad.
I
not
don't
too
know if I
bad.
can. The having my colossal as bad in
Yeah,
a shape
it's
as he's
true.
in is pretty terrible.
Will's lost 2 models so
All right,
far, though.
so he's just going
I've
to stand
lost, like,
still.
6.
Yeah.
He's going to stand still, which puts him up to a 10. He will shoot this guy first.
Okay.
This is the one that's injured, correct?
Neither of them are injured.
I injured somebody.
No, they
How?
can't be injured.
No, I oh no,
With
that was
what?
your Crabbit. My bad.
Crabbit.
They have 5 boxes or 1.
The Gremlin Swarms have
5 boxes.
5 boxes.
Fuck.
Deadly shot.
Crabbits have 13.
So you can choose to do 3 damage instead of the roll.
Yeah,
not-
that's only going to kill 1,
not
but
be what you
then yeah. I think I do need to start getting rid of Gremlin Swarms though. I think they're going to be a problem
But
in the
they're
next
so
round.
cute.
So Kel Baylock will go. He'll try to hit the open guy.
Yep. So 3 to hit.
3 to hit.
That's
a
a
hit.
You're gonna do 3 damage. You roll it.
Dice minus 2.
You're a 13?
It's 12.
12. Oh, dice minus 2. I'm going to roll.
Need a 7, and you're good.
There we go.
All
One
about
down.
it.
Dual shot.
Those
Oh,
dice
wait,
had to turn around at some point.
And we'll try to shoot the
Corpse for
other.
the wagon.
We'll try to shoot the other Gremlin
So the
Swarm.
other guy looks like he's got some cover going.
So he's got
Yeah.
cover. So you
Yep.
go up to a what?
13 goes
17?
to 17.
17. So I need
7
to hit.
sevens. That ain't gonna do it. But that is not a horrible, horrible day for me.
Yeah, is Cal going to stay there? Or is he gonna maybe...
Cal is going to do
What's the
his.
reposition on Cal? 3 or 5?
3.
3.
Yeah, I think 5's are really only on
Like Cav.
cavalry.
Who's in
Yeah.
my 3-inch reposition? Stick 'em a Bob. Can I
There,
borrow
there
your?
isn't a 3-inch stick.
I mean, I just don't have my.
Stick.
No, like they only go down to 4.
Bop, bop.
But if you come to CCBB, I do have some of those 3-inch widgets
Yeah,
as
we're gonna
part of
go
the
back.
widget sets that we're selling.
Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if the other thing I was gonna do actually
This one's from
works.
Guild Ball,
Gildal. I remember that.
and it's almost completely rubbed off now.
Yeah,
So
for the best.
this fucker is gonna move.
I like Gildal. It's fun.
No,
Never played. I'm going to judge
so
it without
you're
any
gonna end up
experience
crabbiting this.
whatsoever.
Would be my guess.
I'm gonna crab it the fuck out of a drag. Yes.
Yeah. So he's gonna try to get his drag off on that guy. It doesn't matter because
the
you're gonna crab it. I
harpoon-
don't even know why I'm
so
doing
the
this. What's your
harpoon is
12 or
out.
13?
Those guys are only 10s.
10s. Whoa!
So you're getting a big boost here?
I need a 4. You
hit.
crabbiting?
I am crabbiting the fuck out of that.
Okay, Crabbit takes a POW. I want to say it's like 22, something ridiculous.
That should
no,
probably
POW 15
that's
on
a
the
moral
harpoon
victory.
cannon.
POW 15.
POW 15 on Crabbit.
armor,
Dice plus 2 or 3?
14 right now.
So dice plus 1
14.
on 1 die.
Yep.
You take 6 damage to that Crabbit.
That is a fresh crab.
7 left on
Fortunately,
that Crabbit.
Wait.
6 damage to the
Oh, it actually has friggin' Crabbits are ridiculous.
6
3.
to the.
Crabbits are ridiculous.
They're the same as a shredder.
No.
But-
He's only POW 15. On the drag gun.
Remember, drag gun actually has to hurt to pull. Oh, and Crabbit goes. Boonk.
Yeah, hits that dude. This dude's gonna.
Did he spend 1 to stand up?
Oh, I did not. So he. That
Spends 1 to stand up?
sucks.
Did you give him any focus?
I did. I gave him 3
Oh God, where's his focus?
right here.
Ah,
That really sucks.
Your jacks don't stand up with their crazy theme.
Nothing has rise.
no, but I can't target it. Oh,
No,
wait, is
you
that-
can. That's warrior models.
Oh,
No, it. I just boned it. Is what I just did. So he sits on this giant stack of focus and stands up
and walk somewhere.
and is going to walk over to here.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to knock you out of the goddamn zone again.
And then
Maybe I can run an arc node somewhere that'll knock him into the guys.
this
that are-
guy's just
The
going to
one
run.
thing I've learned playing against George many, many times is that he loves his tramples.
I love me some power attacks.
If you can
If you
block
go, if
trample
you go
lanes,
back to like the first stuff on this YouTube channel
yeah,
and find the early MIF and semi fuck shit up, you'll find we did like 3 games where the whole point was to do as many power attacks as we could,
Yeah.
because we were trying to learn them, and that has always stuck with me.
I think that's what separates this game from other miniature games.
Okay,
where you
this
toss
guy's just
dice,
going to charge?
Yeah.
is
Are they
that
going to
you
get a
could be
charge
like,
order?
There could be the guy with the biggest armor in front of you, and you're
This
like,
guy's
I'm just
gonna
going to move him out
charge
of the
to
way.
here.
Yep.
And it's
This
really
guy
nice.
can
Yep.
charge, and they have 1 inch, so he's going to charge there.
I love headbutting.
These
Headbutting is
guys
awesome.
are going to cloud up.
I'm really looking forward
You
to
got a
playing.
rake.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I'm really looking forward to playing Legion again and using some rakes. I never used rakes
I'm
before,
going to pop
and I don't know why.
Desolation
Then
on
I
that
started
guy.
playing Cricks, and
Yeah.
I started using Stalkers.
So I'm going
and
to
I was
put
like,
a
oh.
forest
Yeah, they're pretty
center
great.
Stalkers are basically just
Okay.
rakes, and these things are amazing.
So we just saw another Trump come out where a model moved and became a forest.
Well, the model didn't get removed. It's just in the middle of the forest now.
So why did you choose a forest over fire or acid?
It blocks these models from being able to see me to charge. So it buys me a turn.
Okay.
If he wants to commit them by walking them into the forest, then I can lurker and kill them. Otherwise, it gives me a turn to stand behind the forest and then charge it.
Okay, so the 2 charging models.
Yep.
Leader is officer. Officer is going to.
So really, I mean, we're 4 turns in now, and there hasn't been a lot of death on the table. George has lost some infantry and
Well-
skin and moans.
Will is notorious for going 7 rounds.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm the
Yep.
7-round king, and I'm about to
Yeah.
just clock myself.
gonna be
So
here.
okay, let's get that guy. So charges. There are 13.
He's at 12.
He's a 12, so I need 6s. That's a hit. It's a POW 11.
He's 14,
Dead.
16.
Tough
right now.
yourself.
Tough.
Yeah, you tough yourself.
Toughs.
Second guy auto
Kills him.
hits
Auto
and
hits,
kills him.
Yep. Corpse for the
Um,
wagon.
Beep, boop, boop, boop.
all that's done. All that's
Goddamn
done. These
wagon.
guys.
The wagon.
Wagon's on 4 now, so
Yeah.
the zone is 8 inches.
This guy is just going to shift over to
I think you're
here.
going to start seeing some Grimkin infantry lists with 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see.
The heretic runs a lot of
and
infantry.
as soon as we get the
Okay,
murder
and
crows,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Murder crows
activate
are really good.
Magnus. He's gonna spend his
Really
2
cool looking
to
models.
arc Calamity onto that douche over
they're
there.
within the 5.
Not a Calamity, sorry, a Convection.
Okay, he's a 17
So he's 17.
because he's a 13 behind the cover.
Awesome. So I need 11s.
That's a 10.
Not quite going to do it. So there you go. Go ahead.
All right.
Slap in the face.
This turn I actually get stuff.
Bottom of
So
4.
I have 1 dead beast plus the 3 on the board. So 4, 5, 6.
Nobody can hear us over Will.
I can cut down.
Am I breathing?
No. You just
It's probably just a
you
volume
just have an
thing.
announcer voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut
Which is
myself
good.
for 1 back up to 7.
Just got Mike here. Like a one-man show.
Mike, we'd have to turn Mike's volume all the way down on his mic.
Yeah, don't whisper.
And it would totally override the packs that the guys
The other
have on
mics
their
would
heads.
just pick him up.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like a drum
It's
set
like a
right in the
Led
middle of the room.
Zeppelin recording. They record from
Alright.
every point in the house.
So he goes in, and then Skin and Bones finishes off the Colossal.
I think there's a lot of things in George's army that kind of
Let's see
shut
what
down
happens
Will's
there.
entire
Okay,
plan.
so we are going to. Where's the leader? He's over there.
I think in a rematch,
Wailing
this
is
would be
how
played out
far?
very
5
differently.
inches?
Do you think so?
I do.
Yeah.
Because I think your trenchers are your
Wailing
main.
is 5 inches.
Like with the Harkovich list, you use the Kodiaks to make clouds
Yep.
and advance under cover.
So
Yep.
if I end there, I can stop you from.
I think
Giving
that kind
any
of fell
orders.
apart.
I think you have a hard time peace trading with those Skin and Moans and even the Cage Ragers, though.
Yeah. Well, you do.
They're
but
basically, I mean, they're heavy
you can-
themselves.
You can use the clouds to shut down the alpha.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
he is going to
Because they don't really have any reposition.
move.
Other
No.
than her one spell. Where you
there.
have to
Yeah.
move 2 inches.
Yeah.
He is going to move to there and stay within an inch of the wall.
But
so
for a
it
first
gets the
game against
benefit.
Grimkin,
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yep.
find out all the little surprises.
Yep, for sure.
This nice gentleman is going to. Wonder if we can strip this turn. What's their speed? Speed
Or you wanna
is
see
6.
A gremlin swarm hit a jack
Yeah, that's what I'm just about to
and just mess with it.
do.
That's what they do. Can they have the same effect on colossals?
Yes, they are Warjack.
Wow.
It's not. There's not a lot.
Damn. Gremlin swarms are nasty.
So he's going to apparate. to
Bilac
there.
is surprised we can't hear him from his house in Carlton Place, which is
In
about,
CP.
about 15 minutes away.
Ask Bilac
The baby's sleeping.
where his
so.
mat is.
Yeah.
Somebody said he was going to come over and drop off that mat tonight.
They did.
I'll save that one for later.
All right. So he goes that way. He goes that way. Caster gets in and does it for herself. That one last fucking guy gets out of the way.
I always find the
Okay,
the
so
turn
we'll start with
commentary
this
a
nice
little
gentleman.
unnerving.
Yeah.
And he's going to
You're like, I'll take that out.
charge him.
That's gone.
4,
I'll
5,
do that.
6,
You're like,
7. He'll
There's a lot of,
take an
a lot
inch
hinges
into
on good dice rolls, really.
He'll take an inch into there.
There's only so much you can do to negate the effects of dice.
Was that an advance or a charge?
As a charge.
Okay.
Well, Cage Rager charging Nomad.
Because he is
Nomad's got a little buckler here,
Yep.
which may be useful.
Yep.
Is
And
that,
unyielding.
Because I don't think the
is
Cage
that
Ragers are a
Cage
heavy
Rager
hitter.
damaged?
I think they can swing.
No, you didn't hurt the
they
Cage
can
Rager.
do their
So,
swing at an okay.
Cage Ragers, Mat 6, he's a 10, 12,
10.
10, so forced to hit. Hits,
21.
21.
They're
Is that because he's
17.
engaged?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gets unyielding from Magnus, which is great.
Yes.
So 17, so 21 you
Dice
said?
off-
Yep.
dice off four.
Dice off 4.
That
So
unyielding is what
11
kept
to the
that,
5.
Galleon. 11 to the 5.
Yeah, that's how our evening is going.
That's
He gets
So-
dice
that's
off 4,
spiked
rolls
roll.
an 11. I get
Yeah.
dice plus 1, roll
So
at
7,
2.
7 is a hit
Yeah.
with the other
It is the
gibbet.
curse.
Dice off 4.
Dice gonna dice.
I will boost the damage.
3 days coming up.
Oh, boost the
3 days
damage.
coming up.
5, 6, 7, 8 to the 4.
Yeah. 8 to the 4 on the second one, so that's 19 damage on 2 rolls.
Writes out,
Right set.
Unarmed 21.
which is his
Fine
sword.
attack.
That's decent.
Oh, he's killing
Hits.
it. It's,
Yeah.
it's toast.
Dice minus
Oh,
4.
Cortex is out too.
Boost damage.
Like, he's definitely going to be losing a Nomad.
Yeah.
Question is if he's going to lose another Nomad.
2 to the 2.
The
Right.
question is if he's also going to lose
Okay.
a Galleon. If
Yeah.
he's down that whole flank, he's in trouble.
Yeah. If this Nomad can somehow hang in, I think Galleon's going to be okay.
He's going to charge him.
There's a lot of heavies.
See if that other Cage Rager goes in.
Yeah.
And he is a 6.
13.
Hits. 4 dice weapon master. No tough.
On this guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just dead.
Yeah, this is the taking it on the chin turn for sure.
It definitely is.
But you know what? After the dust clears,
Yep.
you kind of see like
So-
you're not necessarily out of the game.
That's right.
4,
Yeah.
Right.
There's
5, 6, 7.
there's options.
Half of that is 3.
Sometimes you don't see them right away, but
Yeah.
Right.
And usually by removing a lot of options, it presents
So yeah,
a
I
clear
can charge
path.
directly
That's right.
through. So
That's what my
charge
guidance counselor told me.
3.
Yeah.
and
And
a
they're like,
half.
you're not going to do anything with your life.
you just wait, guidance counselor.
Just wiggle him over a
You're
bit.
good at throwing garbage cans, right?
And I TP'd his house
And that's a charge.
in the rain.
That's his corpse. 4 to hit.
All right, the other
Hits.
Nomad's taking it now.
Dice minus 4. 4 to the 4.
I'm not going to your house, Mike.
Okay.
Other hand
That's George to pick it up.
hits. Boost damage.
Yeah, POW 17 magical attacks on those guys is not something to ignore.
I said
Ouch.
boost the damage. Yeah. So 5 to the 5.
George is also forgetting about the beatback ability on these guys.
I don't want him to go anywhere.
Well, you can follow up.
No, I want to get the skin and bones in there.
All right.
And I can't get the skin and bones in there if I move them around too much. By an attack.
Don't wiggle your skin too much. Especially on your bone.
Hits.
Oh.
Damage.
Oh.
8 to the 2.
8 to the 2.
Everything's still up.
That is
George
okay.
is spreading out the
This
damage.
nice gentleman will walk into base to base with you
You know what I see, though?
and do
2
D3
nomads
plus
standing
3.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll do 4 damage to your cortex, and then it carries over
To the 1 or the 6.
to the 6. I have to just pick where to start. I don't get to.
Yep.
So the central gremlin swarm just attacks. So now, oh,
No, it doesn't attack.
it's an
It
action.
uses an
it's-
action.
Yeah.
So broken.
Yeah.
Magnus has magical attack though.
Sure does.
He wants to waste it on that.
So
That's the other thing.
Skin and Moans. Oh no, this Crabbit is going to go.
Although Magnus is a bit of a beat
He's
stick
gonna-
in combat.
Walk
He
over
is, yeah.
here. Skin and Moans is going to run.
Does Magnus also benefit from unyielding?
Sure does.
Sure
Does he?
does.
That's nice. I think we went over that earlier, actually.
It's got backstab, armor piercing.
To there.
Ooh.
Armor piercing, and it's a POW 13. I want to say.
Oh,
it's not.
shit.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
not. He's
13.
not terrible.
The
POW 13 armor
Child?
piercing is...
is going to move over to here.
He also gets powerful attack
2
like
for
the charger.
the abuse
Oh.
on this
One
nice gentleman.
focus will give plus
Doing
Plus.
both boosts.
Yeah.
2 to the
essentially.
2.
And then you can
like a gun bunny.
auto knockdown with some mechanical arm too.
Knocking down a Skin and Moans.
Yeah, Cage Ranger is probably not too bad. But
Cage Ranger's only defense 10, so that's not too bad. But
This
He also gets,
Crabbit
extra
is
damage die in the
gonna
back arc.
Run.
ooh, got backstab.
yeah,
Backstab is good. If you can get yourself into that back arc.
The
which is Mark II. Sorry, I guess we're in Mark
Mark
III
III.
now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
What year is this?
the
I know it's been a while.
Wagon.
since you've played.
is going to
Yeah,
move over to
it's been a
here
little while.
and give 2 corpses to this nice gentleman.
Back in Mark II.
Oh, you got a proxy
I
base
still
over there?
sucked at this game.
I walked uphill both ways.
Sure do,
and
sir.
Still
Let's
Back
see.
when,
rolled all my tough
If I
rolls.
haven't screwed
Back when
this up
units
too
had
much.
formations, you had to adhere to.
yeah,
You know what I'm
tough
talking
and
about.
fear checks.
Yep, you are clear to charge to that line,
Perfect.
and that's 2 inches, which is what you need.
Yep.
So you are charging the
Man, I hated
colossal.
terror checks.
Colossal. So let's move him and edge him onto that proxy base because we know that that's where he's going to be.
3 skin and moans.
Skin and Moans
So he
getting
charges for free because he's
into.
hurt.
Well,
Um,
based on what he did last time, this,
so
is
not
a-
snakes.
this is a good place for George to be.
It's a hit.
Or a bad place if it goes terrible.
POW 19, 20, 21.
Okay, arm
Straight dice.
22.
Dice minus 1.
21, sorry, 21.
Straight dice. 11 to the 2.
It's an average roll.
Yep.
Yep. It still sucks.
Yeah,
second hit.
George has done pretty.
snakes. Hits.
His rolls have been at least average a
Dice-
lot of the time. this
straight
game.
dice.
It's a lot of red.
Yeah. Oh,
11 to the
Jesus.
6.
Yep,
That's not
removed.
Sam.
We'll
Slightly
do this
above
nice
average on that
gentleman.
one.
All right, on to the nomads.
He's a 10. Hits. Oh, I have to buy that attack. So he's a 21. That guy's what?
He's still
19?
an arm 21.
21. Straight dice. 2 to the 5.
That's really helpful.
By an
for
attack.
Will.
Yes.
Not
Sometimes
snakes.
those
Hits.
snakes are just like so.
12
so
to the
nice
2.
see.
Dead.
Unfortunately, with
By an
hordes,
attack.
as long as you're not above your fury stat, you just keep buying attacks.
Yeah,
Hits.
it's like going to town. at a
Straight
buffet.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
Oh.
to the 6.
Left arm out.
By his last attack. Hits.
It's one thing I had to when I switched
dice
from
was 4
Legion
to
to
the 6.
Crix. Was a big adjustment. Was the ability to just heal your beasts without really giving.
This Crabbit is
Too many
going to
cares.
Well, it's pretty important.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with
I
Warjacks,
think
it's
that's why War Beasts are a little more expensive as well.
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can just get away with a little bit more
Yep. If they don't die.
And I'm done.
versatility. All right, Will's turn. Top of 5.
Top of 5. We got
15 minutes left for Will. 21 for George.
I'm kind of done, really.
Well, Will is also it's down to 3 jacks. It's not terrible.
Yeah, but they're stuck on this side of the board.
One's got his shit kicked out of him.
And yeah, that one's literally
Got
got its
4 boxes or 3
it's got its
boxes?
movement left and 3 boxes.
Yeah, he's got a forest in the way.
the child is also
be a
sitting on
house.
several transfers.
Child is sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4 transfers.
Yeah, it's still be an uphill battle here.
Yeah.
And she's got 2 Crabbits.
I like the idea of Colossals, but they are a huge points investment.
They are.
They really have to like fulfill a key point in your
Yeah.
entire strategy.
Yeah.
I think
Letting
like, it's fun to throw them out because
everything
they're a huge
drop.
toy, but
Yes.
if they're not going to do something specifically, especially in Mark III, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem I had with this entire matchup was that Skin and Bones coming in, doing several spike damage off the top, knocking out the one thing that he's in the list to do, which is
Exactly.
do the drags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then not
Um,
dying.
And then not
That
dying.
was the thing. If that
Yeah.
Skin and Bones had gone down, then he's
Yeah,
free to.
all of those
Yeah.
things together, one after another, it just turned this game
I
to the
I
point
think that's
where
going to happen every time, though. Like those skin and modes,
They're
you have
nasty.
to. Yeah, if I had, the only option I had at that point, if I had measured better, if I had done a better job, I could have kept.
Well, you,
But I couldn't.
You wanted
I
that
couldn't.
14
I wanted
shot.
to do that 14-inch shot, which I should have just tried to drift, and I didn't. That was the real mistake. Was I should have drifted it in because I was just trying to take out that back line. But that's a lesson learned. So
Yep.
Well,
I'm fine with it.
You have saved yourself 2 damage.
I am
on every
burning
single
my
war beast.
time talking about shit.
You have,
yeah.
you
So
know,
this
like
is the big last turn for Will.
Yeah. I need to.
See
I
what-
need to
what we can get
like
done here.
compensate
know, though.
for all
A lot of
this crap.
shenanigans happened in the last few minutes.
Magnus is no slouch himself.
All right, so
yeah, Magnus can fuck shit up.
Yep.
first things first.
That armor pierce.
What would be interesting, not that George is listening,
Yep.
or Will, but I think Magnus actually went for the lower zone,
Yep.
closer to the camera, and took out that
'Kay,
gremlin swarm with some magic,
Yep.
and then
Just got a
maybe
point
try
there.
to,
He tried.
well, it's
Tried to get rid of it with
it's also
magic.
it's a new turn. You can try again.
Yes.
Kel's just gonna move and turn and shoot that fucker. You should have no cover anymore.
Nope.
5.
That's a 6.
That's
good.
No, he's not a 10 anymore. Oh, yeah. No. I'm a 13.
8 and
You're a
6
10.
is
Yeah,
So
I
that's
still
a hit.
got
6 is 14.
Do you
no,
wanna
an
do
8,
3
but
damage or do you
still
wanna roll?
good enough.
do
I'm
7
gonna
to
do a
kill.
roll. So it's a
Roll.
power 10. It's dice off. I need 7s to kill you. That's
1 damage.
1 damage. Whoop-de-doo. So that was great. This guy
yeah.
is going to try
Ouch.
to hit this dude.
Okay.
So
Rager?
he's a 10, so I need 4s on 1 dice.
Yep.
So it would have been probably good
Nope.
to reposition
Second
towards
attack.
the gremlin because
Punch.
there's no melee.
Hits.
Yeah.
Just keep
Um,
shooting and get away from any other retaliation.
Yeah, I probably should have repositioned, but I'm running out of time. So POW 14s, you're at 18?
19.
Oh, great.
Base
So
19
dice
on
off
those
5,
guys.
no damage.
Hero.
The
He can hear you. Oh, shit. He can hear
I'm
you.
talking about the game. Okay, let's let him do this.
these jerk bags are all
Axe tab.
going to I don't even know how these guys work. So these jerk bags, they need to get within the forest and 3 inches. So that's 2 inches.
Yeah, I can
So, yeah,
remember my
they can get
first
in.
tournament.
So one.
I played Theron into Mercs
These guys have 1 inch reach or
and
2.
left
Uh,
Theron
I believe that's 1.
within the range of Galleon.
Yes.
And I had no idea what Galleon could do.
Mm-hmm.
Theron consequently got dragged into Galleon and beat their shit death on top of 2.
As someone who plays Colossals with drag,
Yeah.
it makes you so happy when somebody does that. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure
your eyes light up and you're like,
Sean McWatt was my first opponent, and he was just like, okay, cool. Just got to hit.
And you never know what the guy's thinking because it's straight face the entire
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it's
These
a
guys have
tournament,
1
right?
inch?
It was a different
Yeah.
experience for me.
That's what I like about War Machine is that you never quite cover all your bases.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot out there.
Yeah,
and so you
there
can always
is.
toss a wrench in your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trick is finding a list that is okay, like into everything, but doesn't get boned if there's
Yeah.
something, if there's one thing.
That's
right?
why dodging matchups is always the key to a good tournament.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
for
guy
sure.
gets in just a straight attack on that guy.
Team
I need a
tournaments.
6 to hit you.
Yep.
And that's
Nope.
a double one. Look at me go! We'll do into your caster. What the hell?
Just one or combined?
We're going to do one.
Okay.
So they're 6s. Your caster's
13.
It's like the Hindenburg.
7s. Hey, look at that. POW 11.
Awesome. She's going
no.
to be pissed. She's going to be pissed.
Oh, he hit?
Don't make
Yeah.
her pissed.
What's her armor?
What's her arm?
Armor is 17, 18, 19 from
Okay.
the wagon.
Okay, so that dice off 8. No damage. 2 hits.
Dice off 8, 1.
1 damage.
Child is angry.
Miss.
So when they get outrage, it gets +2 strength, arm, and
Hits.
Pathfinder. So now he's plus.
No damage. This guy.
Now he's
Hits. I really wish all these
Armor
had been
21?
actually.
Armor 21 right now.
that's
on the
cool.
caster.
So that's
You don't even need transfers over the point.
No.
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 You do need a chainsaw arm.
sniper. Might as well try to shoot your big dude.
Hits.
He hits. I'll do an auto. No, I'm not going to do an auto 1 point of damage. That'd be dumb.
Arm 20.
Sniper is he still an 11?
Sniper
He's an 11.
might be on living
Dice
models.
-9.
Yeah, nothing. That's all.
You could just do the 1 point of damage.
I'll do the 1 point of damage.
doesn't
George being a true gentleman here, and
It
just
doesn't actually. He doesn't get awesome or something when he takes damage.
No.
This guy's gonna run. This guy is gonna run.
That death knell is basically a battery for Grimkin.
Sure is.
Fill
Bill.
up that skin
Yeah.
and moans, and off he goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 for bullet dodger, and then I'm gonna charge this skin and moans.
You gotta kill something, man. My fury
I'm
is
done
so
this
high.
round. There's nothing I can do at this
Fury
point.
is so
So
high.
Kill as much as you can, man.
I got to kill something. So we
I
will.
have 16 fury on the board of a 7 fury cast.
We will.
Magnus gets kind of nuts here.
Yes,
currently-
Magnus kills the world. Now.
Currently a 16-21.
So he charged.
Escort.
He will do armor
Although
piercing.
He can't have
Can I do armor pierce star attack?
on a
with the
charge. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
you
your
sure can.
weapon.
It's on your
So
weapon.
he'll
brother.
do his armor piercing because that's a thing.
So you can't have bullet dodger
Spend
and
1 for
escort on himself.
Base-
powerful attack.
Base is 16, goes down to
it's gonna be
8.
16,
Plus 3
Yeah.
corpses goes up to 11. And I think you're within the corpse. Yeah.
I'm a 7.
What side is that?
hit-
Heavy is
I'm a-
tougher than he is.
7.
so it's
Matt.
armor piercing. So
Yeah.
16
Oh,
goes down
I gotta
to
hit
8.
you first.
Oh, I'm a 13.
Okay, so I'm a 7.
60.
Yeah. Whoa.
6.
All right. So you go down to a what?
Happy
So
birthday.
16 goes down to 8 plus 3 corpses. 9, 10, 11 plus death knell. 12, 13.
13. So
Straight dice?
even dice.
3 dice.
12
12
There you
to
go.
the.
Terrible.
to the.
That's the unpainted skin and moans.
6.
12 to the 6.
We'll do the knockdown dealio. And that will be.
His mind is out.
You're
I
a
love, like, the
13.
last 10 minutes of the game when you're
Yeah.
like, don't
So I need a
talk to
6.
them, don't distract them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Knockdown.
Let them get their
Oh,
And-
just
Let them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you take a POW 11.
Oh, when people come
Okay.
in and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
So 19 dice minus 8.
Okay, so 2 to the 5. Buy an attack. Auto hit. So you are a. What are you normally? Because
19.
19.
20, 21. Sorry, from the corpse wagon.
Okay,
13, 21. That's a
So-
hell of a stat line.
we're gonna boost it. So you're
Uh,
21.
Have you done
Right
the
now, yeah.
Arm?
So dice off.
I'm
8.
21.
Is he hit with the arm yet?
2 more to the 2,
2 more
Yeah,
dice.
auto hits.
Auto hits.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and we'll buy. And unfortunately, I think that's all she wrote. Hey, look at that! Dice off 8. We said.
Yeah, I'm 21.
So that's 4 to the 4,
4 to the 4. That doesn't do it.
and that's it. Finish this shit up.
Bottom of 5 with 20 minutes with George.
Everything is gonna go nuts.
Everything is going to come nuts. Fail all them threshold checks.
If I fail all my threshold checks, it's actually the worst thing.
Might as well just click back on the clock.
So thresholds.
What are the thresholds?
I don't know. Skin and Bones is 8.
9?
Cage Rager is 8. They're both 8.
Eight.
So I've got 4 on. I need to roll a 4. Nope. He goes nuts.
Goes nuts.
Goes nuts. Goes nuts. So all 3 of those guys are going insane.
So
this guy will attack him.
The Nomad, yep.
So all of his fury
Matt
goes away.
6.
Matt 6. Is your movement out?
Movement is the one thing that's
The-
not.
yeah.
So 4 to hit. Hits. It's not. I actually.
I am arm 18.
Don't get
arm
the charge,
18.
so 2 dice.
And 17. So dice -1. So 7
Good.
damage to the 4. Skin and Bones is on your caster.
Yep. So I am on Def 16.
So Abuse has dropped off. Skin and Bones is a 7. He gets 3 dice to hit
Why does he get 3 dice
Why?
to hit?
because he's going nuts. They get 3 dice to hit and they charge the closest thing.
No.
No, you
Well,
get
it's
just-
you
it's
get
just a
plus
charge,
2 to
dude.
hit.
No, look it up.
It's you don't. It's just a charge.
When a Warbeast frenzies, it charges the closest thing.
don't
It
have
gets
my
boosted to hit, and if it moved 3 inches, it gets damage. It gets an extra die on damage.
It used to be that way. I don't think it is that way.
No, it used to be they just got 3 dice to hit and 3 dice damage. Where's rules?
You've got
Frenzy.
19 minutes. You're probably good. You need Frenzy.
Yeah.
Threshold and frenzy.
Immediately activates without being forced. It automatically shakes, knockdown, stationary, any other effects. It immediately charges directly towards the closest model in its line of sight without being forced. Even if the closest model is a friendly model, the frenzied warbeast cannot voluntarily stop. It makes 1 attack against the model it charged with the highest POW weapon it has ranged at the target. The attack roll is automatically boosted. If the warbeast moved at least 3 inches during the
Somebody
charge,
lied
it
to
is a charge attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it frenzies, it gets 3 dice to hit.
Yep.
Basically in charge.
So
So
7.
the one thing
But
that could hit
gets
it gets to hit.
7. What he?
I am Def 16.
Def 16, so
So you-
9 to hit.
There you
That'll
go.
do. Didn't move 3 inches, so it only gets 2 dice.
I am arm 19.
Straight dice. 6 to the 3. Oh, you don't have a 3. 6 damage. I assume it can charge the incorporeal
That's
thing
a good thing to happen.
Yeah.
and does no damage.
Yeah, I guess so. Because it is the
I mean,
closest.
he's
Oh,
done.
wait,
Magical
wait,
attacks
actually-
on that guy.
Does he have magical?
Cage Rager is magical, yo.
Oh, is he?
Shit,
awesome.
Yeah.
He is magical. Sweet. He
Now
can
he gets
actually
to
hit him.
miss.
Fuck those
13.
gremlins.
You get it's boosted, bitch.
Plus 2 to
Oh, yeah.
hit. Yeah.
No, it's boosted now.
And back arc. Yeah.
Hits. It's a POW
Oh,
17. Those guys are 12s. Yeah. So dice plus 5. He dead. He real dead.
First gremlin to die. Oh, second.
No,
sorry.
second. Kel took out 1 and then fucked up on the second one.
He's doing his best. Leave him alone.
Kel is not doing his best. Kel needs to be punished.
Someone needs more magic weapons in their army.
Oh yeah, this is not the list I ever take into this.
Not
ever.
having
No.
the objective, I think, is a
yeah,
rough
objective
thing
would have
here.
really helped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's kind of a bad scenario for you to roll.
I didn't roll it.
Not you.
You.
Easy there, Waldorf.
You shut. What? Shut up and go. Go pack the van.
So
No shit.
I assume that you're outside of 2 inches. Can you give me a 2-inch measurement
To a
the-
proxy base in the back,
Yeah.
like if you
Whoops.
tap in there.
Yep. Let's get him out of the way since there's a proxy already there.
No, you sure can get in there, G.
Sweet. So,
Lame.
and I'm guessing that's more than 3 inches. Oh. Yeah, that's more than 3 inches.
Because for some reason, oh yeah, you don't get 3 dice to attack on all of those dudes. So.
Yeah. So,
Did you remove the Fury to the Warlock, George?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
Chat was
sorry.
curious.
I only took 1 Fury, so I'm down to
6.
6 from a Crabbit.
Yep.
I let all of that expire.
Right.
So I
Remember
guess
there was a Fang Rush
it's
army.
Cage.
Rush 2?
Yeah.
All shredders.
That's his.
Yeah.
Like,
Shredder
I like to see
spam
an
used to be a
entire
thing.
So this nice
Army.
gentleman
Oh my god.
is going to wander over to here
I shield guard to this crowd.
and
I shield
hand
guard
out
to that
his
crowd.
corpses.
I think it's shield guard or shield guard.
You can shield guard a shield guard. You can chain shield guards.
Chaining shield guards. That's nasty.
Yeah.
Why would you though?
So this
Like
nice
spread out the
lady
damage.
Kravitz.
is going to
damage. They
walk
have 13
Favorite.
boxes.
That's my second favorite.
for 6.
This
So
Crabbit
should
has
go
2.
two
This Crabbit has
back.
3. This Crabbit has 4.
What?
Spread out the damage.
2 straight back. And then 2 over here. Actually, she can
So we
go
need
back
to fight
6.
next, I think.
Yeah.
End up there.
Just do champions
Next week.
matchup, maybe.
Ooh, God no.
Oh. It's gross taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
She is going to.
I think Gatsby 3 is
abuse
okay, but
This nice gentleman. Disc Crabbit gonna run.
I feel like in a minute that would be bad.
All these corpses gone.
My wife is still awake. That's impressive. She'd be asleep by now.
Hey, Yoko.
This guy is going to charge for free at your caster.
Yep.
All
I
right.
know where he ends up.
Here's a big charge here.
Yep.
Oh, Skin and Moans. I don't know why it doesn't take like just 5 of them. Those other guys are kind
I
of
don't have 5 of them.
go to the store.
Def 16.
Def 16. I'm a 7.
Uh,
boosted
Why do
hit.
Kravitz when you can do Skin and Moans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
George has
9.
20 minutes and Will has 5.
That'll do it.
Ooh, that's
That'll
like hit.
do. So it's automatically boosted. I'm 19, 20,
I'm 19.
21.
So dice plus 2.
Dice plus 2.
Ooh.
12 plus 2, 14 to the 6. No.
Oh, we're dead.
Oh,
That's game,
Okay.
guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Bullet
game.
Dodger did not help worth shit against the fucking boosted.
Yeah.
Boosted,
No,
boosted.
that boost takes out
So
that
I'm
plus
gonna
2 for
agree
sure.
with the fucking
so
Combo
the
smite
chat was
guys?
right.
combo smite guys.
Chat was right. I was apparently.
I don't see how
Advantageous.
you did not see that you were super advantageous going into that matchup.
I didn't feel comfy.
You have Kravitz
You
to shield
are-
guard any drags.
Yeah, you're too afraid
Well,
of the drags, and I
the-
really like. If I were to build a list to go into you, first off, I'm going to wait for the new theme force to come out because
Yeah.
basically nothing in Mercs handles this well. Really, I mean, if you
Well-
could do a Kingsmaker, no, even that, because then you're just giving away souls. If you look
Giving
at
away
the,
souls isn't that big of a
the
deal.
dwarf list, the-
Corpses. Once all 3 of them are filled, it doesn't matter.
the
it
death
kinda
knell needs
matters.
to die.
All the
No.
corpses that are out there were kind of helping you a
I
little
actually
bit.
think your Shay freebooter spam would not
The
be
Shea
terrible against
freebooter
this.
spam might have been okay.
Yeah, the only way I get corpses out of that is by
Shutting down the death
Popping-
knell
Again,
is
Popping
that
a
would be
curse.
that's going to be way better with the new theme forces. Like
Yeah.
I totally, I feel like until the new theme force comes out, I don't have a proper answer.
getting
to this.
flank on a couple of those bastards
Yeah.
would definitely help against Skin and Moans.
So one thing I noticed right off the bat, well, into turn 2, is that you didn't utilize your clouds to block the charge lanes.
I really,
I was kind of confused about that. I thought
Because I think that is.
I thought I was going to get. I thought I was going to have to give away a Skin and Moans
well, this is
to
a
start
lesson
the
learned.
to start the peace trade.
I honestly thought the giving away the corpses was a bigger problem. So dropping all those clouds up front, I was just going to end up feeding him.
Right.
Which now that I understand what it does, I would have rather have blocked the charge lanes.
Because he's going to feed his own guys with corpses anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the thing. So, the reason why we play this game is
So that we find out.
so that we figure this shit out.
Yeah.
It's definitely an upward battle, and I said this right from
Yeah.
the beginning. The not having magic weapons on a stick.
There's a lot of armies that struggle against these
incorporeal.
incorporeal guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why, as far as I'm concerned, that's the reason why Crix is where they're sitting right now, is because just having an army where your army literally denies most other armies the ability to do everything they want to do.
Is that with Ghost Fleet?
Yeah.
But with Ghost Fleet, your only problem is the Ghost Raiders. 'Cause
Well, that and recursion, and you can't hit half. Like, so you've got, it's just like you're doubling up on
Someday
an
I want to
insult.
try this into Ghost Fleet.
Not against me.
No, not against
Well,
you.
and you've
don't
lost
play it.
one game, and it was your very first game.
I
with
would
this
never
list?
drop Ghost Fleet.
Oh, no,
into
no. I've
Grimkin.
lost a lot of games with this list.
Okay.
I don't
I'm-
think, George, I don't
I'm
think anybody would ever drop Ghost Fleet into Grimkin. I think
At
it's
all?
a terrible matchup because there's too much RFP.
Well,
and
so
it doesn't
in
hit too
this
hard.
army,
No.
It doesn't hit
It's
hard
more
enough.
attrition.
in this army, I've got 6 RFPs from the Skin and Moans because
That's all, and that's all you
because
need.
once they're full, they can no longer RFP.
Yeah, but that's per turn, right?
No. Well, yes, I guess I could
Yeah.
eat the corpses.
Yeah.
And then do it again.
Yeah. I would
But what
never
if
drop
I'm
Ghost Fleet into
healthy?
Grimkin. I think it
Can
would be a
you-
terrible matchup.
Can you do it if you're healthy?
Do what?
Can you eat if you're healthy?
I don't see why not.
Well, there's some things that you can't, or at least it used to be that you couldn't snack unless you had health to
I don't think it-
Right. You can
to
only-
heal.
Right.
Death Feast. During its activation, this model can spend corpse tokens to remove D3 damage points for each token spent. I don't know whether you can consume them and not heal. Like, I don't know if you have to have at least one damage. Like, it
Yeah.
might be that I have to dump 6 Fury to abuse all of them,
Yeah.
and then they can eat, right, to get back.
But I would never drop Ghost Fleet into this because there's just too much arm.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you can't shoot the
you're
caster to death
sh-
because of the shield guards.
Yeah.
And there's too much arm for the
Yeah,
legs
you're
to-
doing POW 12s at the most. Why would you ever? Ghost Fleet. I would drop Dark Host into Grimkin every time.
Maybe with the Negra, but like those Gauge Ragers will shut down any of your spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, for this matchup, I don't currently feel like Mercs has a proper answer because I just can't make a list that has all the tools that I need to deal with it. I think it's the same problem that Mercs is having with Ghost Fleet right now too.
Yep.
You just don't have a way to easily.
You need to be able to deal
they've
with.
got a decent. They've got a couple of decent Kador drops, and they've got a couple of decent. Here's a problem you need to solve. But they don't have like this. As I stated at the beginning of this match,
Yeah.
the biggest problem, with Grimkin right now is as long as you add the right model, you literally can do anything. Like there is not a single rule in the game that you don't own somehow, and especially with the Arcana. So there's no like, as I said to Jason today, the problem I have with Grimkin is that the rest of this game is rock paper scissors. Where I look at these matchups and I go, hey, Mercs always does pretty well against this one, but not so great against this one, but not so great against this one. With Grimkin, it's rock to the face. Like you literally have a toolbox no matter what you do. Now, I'm not saying that it's unbeatable. Don't get me wrong. The problem is that you're always dealing with
something.
And I think the biggest trick to this is Grimkin's going to win over and over and over and over until the gotchas are no longer gotchas.
Yeah.
Well, that's every new faction.
It's every new faction, but this one
Grimkin
literally is built
especially.
around
Gotchas.
It's an entirely
everybody
new
getting.
faction. And every year you're gonna have a new faction that they're gonna put out, and they're gonna do the same thing.
I think the way the Arcana go is you can't Will can probably speak to this because he just played against it. But I know I've been read Arcana 3 or 4 times before the match starts. And by the second turn, I completely forget what they do.
Oh no, I was fine with the Arcana. I didn't have the Arcana didn't do anything that if I literally with this matchup, all you can do is try to trigger the Arcana so that he doesn't have it when he needs it most.
Yeah.
So,
but at the same time, the Arcana that were picked are not the Arcana that George probably would have picked for this matchup.
I would probably have taken Desolation.
Yeah.
Desolation I think is
but
good.
Sacrifice I think
I
would
think
have.
I probably would have taken Sacrifice.
I thought you were gonna take Shadow to hopefully negate his feat and put a heavy where you wanted it during that turn.
The problem is that the heavy disappears.
Well, it shows up, it kills something
Poke
like
the
crazy.
computer.
Yeah, it's just the monitor turn.
Like
It keeps turning off.
It shows up, it acts like a normal heavy, and then disappears. Right?
Yeah, the list I want into this, is a much more balanced Merc list with a lot of everything, with
So-
Ian and Holt in it, and
Yeah. I think you have
and
to.
Does that new theme force give that to you?
yeah.
You have to
so
sacrifice your theme, I think, unless it's.
Well, that's the thing. The new
Yeah.
theme force me is you don't have to sacrifice your theme. You get this instead, and
I'm wondering if everybody's going to get a catch-all theme.
I think that's kind of
I think it needs it.
Yeah.
The game needs it for everything.
If
that
they
may be
wa-
that may be all they drop in September. Like, congratulations,
You take
you all get
everything,
the catch-all.
You just
theme.
don't get lesser warlocks for free.
Yeah.
I think one of the big reasons I think Ghost Fleet and Grimkin are a huge issue for a lot of things right now because you need so much to answer them. You need something that deals with incorporeal. You need something that deals with recursion. You need something that deals with this list, particular incorporeal and high arm and tough. Like, it's just, there's a lot to deal with. And not a lot of armies or lists are balanced around that kind of thing.
So your army, it was designed to deal with armor, correct?
Yes.
So how is that? Because I don't really see it.
Basically, so the idea with this army is you cloud wall, you move forward, you move the whole thing forward. You move Galleon into position. You let them charge into your cloud wall so that they have to take, because they're going to have to start dealing with that. Otherwise, you're moving forward and taking scenario points. And then Galleon draws in one heavy and kills it. Then, or the nomads take care of it. Galleon can sit there because Galleon himself, just with the range attacks alone, can do quite a bit to soften up a heavy.
Can soften one up.
And then Magnus feats, and then you get to do that
Yeah, you just
whole
time
thing.
lock it.
You do it a second time, and the best part is by that point, the nomads are moved forward far enough that they get their alpha. And the idea is a nomad can generally peace trade. 2 nomads can peace trade with a Khador heavy generally, unless you roll like I just rolled.
I asked for some advice, and the advice I was given was he is going to alpha you. Make sure your cage ragers are at the front, and make sure there's Krabbits right behind them.
Yeah,
Right.
That's why you put the because I noticed I was like, George never puts his cage rangers up front.
It doesn't matter. I couldn't really do anything. As soon as he was able to, I did not understand how far the Skin and Moans could go.
It's
If I
shocking.
had
Yeah.
just left, because all I was trying to do was take out the support.
Yeah,
I did not need to hit anything. I could have just drifted those AoEs in.
And you
Now
took
I
it
also
out
rolled
solo
shit
right
on.
away, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the whole that would have been amazing
That's why I
if I had been half an inch
That's why I
out
propped
of the threat
Wrath
range.
when I did, because I'm like, this is my one turn for +1 everything. I have to use it.
Yeah, it would have been amazing if I was half an inch out of the range of that
Curious.
friggin' Skin and Moans.
is there anything else in Mercs that has drag?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I can't. I can only think of like one thing per faction.
Just not,
generally.
not a lot.
The only thing that I know, the only person I know that has.
Oh yes, the
multiples,
only thing. Sorry, but it's in Cephalix. So
Okay.
Cephalix, you have all them drags.
Okay.
Crix has 2.
Crix has 2. Yeah.
Yeah, Akios and the.
Oh, Crix has 3.
I-
You get
oh,
Malice, Icos, and the Reapers.
I think.
Oh, Malice has it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I had done one of 2 things, which is keep the cloud wall up in front of
Yeah,
everybody.
you clouded once.
Well, that's the thing about learning a list too. This is the second time I played this list,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the second time I've played with trenchers in years of playing. So
Do you think it was wrong to commit so much infantry to one side when you saw me set up on the other side?
The only point was that I was hoping that if I could arc and clear this zone, then this infantry could sit over here and contest. I honestly had no faith that this list could do shit. I mean, literally, you asked what he's going to do. I asked I stated, here's my list, and the Mercs board went, yeah, you're kind of boned.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
done. You may as well just shake and say GG, yo.
Yeah.
So my whole hope was if I could clear this out of the zone, then this infantry unit could sit here, hold this zone, and I could slowly rack up points and maybe eke out something.
But getting rid of that gremlin swarm is a huge problem.
It ended up being impossible, really.
Especially with that wall in the zone.
Yeah.
Having cover in both zones for those gremlin swarms
Yep.
was
what I
fucking
should have
amazing.
done. What I should have done was hold on. If I had done what I planned on doing, which was hold on to the 3 focus, arc my AOE, and boost the damage on the gremlin swarm,
And get rid of it.
it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like that mistake was made, leaving myself wide open. And with this matchup, I needed to not make a single mistake.
I think
One thing to remember is when you have AoEs in your list, remember that you have infantry that you can throw away. So a trencher runs to the other side of the wall, shows you his butt, and you cast a spell on him, and get the AoE on the.
Sure. I mean, there's multiple, but I couldn't because I didn't hold on to the third
but
focus,
I
so
mean,
it didn't matter.
I mean, as a rule, you've got this one-shot fucking amazing rocket. You've got
the rocket couldn't have done anything.
No,
to your
but
gremlin
I
swarm.
mean, instead of these trenchers running up here to shoot, one of them could run up next to the child.
Oh, so again, I couldn't use the rocket because I ran. Round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, I had no targets that were
that
useful.
rocket's not that useful in this matchup.
No.
It's your arc node, which is the powerful
No, I
part.
needed him as an arc node, and again, I used him. I had everything set up, and then didn't save the third focus.
I think it'd
so.
be really cool to see you guys try this again. Not if you want to, but like, Will, if you play much more trade, like precise,
Maybe a
But-
couple
and-
mechanics.
and in a different. Well,
Can
no,
you get
or
mechanics?
just,
honestly,
just a
mechanics
different
aren't going to help
solo.
you that much in this list because the
Even with
reality
the
is
Colossal, though?
his Skin and Moans is going to decimate you so fast that I
But
mean,
you
can
can
put
bring your
Dirty
aspects back.
You can't put mechanics in. You could put Dirty Meg in. That's
Right.
it.
Okay.
And Dirty Meg, it's not enough. It's not enough to.
I think in a different scenario, you'd have a better shot because this really makes you have to commit all over the place. Whereas if you have more of a vertical or
with no
like
objectives or flags.
square scenario, then you can
If
kind of
you-
sit back more.
If we had
And
rolled a
she's
scenario where you had that objective to put the colossal
Oh,
next to,
then it would have been amaze balls.
Yeah,
I would have been
those
actually
guys
able
disappear.
to. I would have actually been able to do something.
Oh no!
but
So forum says re-rack. So set them up. Set them up, guys.
nah, it's 10 o'clock, gentlemen.
That's pretty good.
I think it's time to run that closing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dice down! Moose Machine and This Deathclock Has 60 Minutes is a proud part of the Muse on Minis network. Podcasts go online every Thursday morning. You can watch the show live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and keep in touch with us on our Facebook page. Just Google Moose Machine. If you can't find us, you're doing the internet wrong.